And welcome everybody to Eastside Secondary School, where your Ravens are facing off against North Hastings. My name is Ben Quaife, and I'll be doing your play-by-play, joined by teacher Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles, thanks for joining us today in the booth.
Hey folks, it's a great opportunity to be here. Looking forward to the game today. It's a big day for the Ravens here. It's a homecoming, so we're kicking off the day with some basketball here, so it should be great.
A great year ahead, and one of my favorite days of the semester. Here we have our opening tip-off. Opening tip-off scrambles over to the Ravens. Here comes number 12 in for the lay-in, and it's good. Asma Ibekuni. Asma with a nice lay-in, and North Hastings brings the ball back up to the court. Dishes off to the side wing. Looked like a travel there. Misses on the layup. Kicks it back out to the top. And a foul was called on the play. Early intensity.
Some early pressure from the Ravens here with a quick bucket, and here they're trying to play some defense. Hopefully these two shots don't go down for the Ravens.
Shooting too early. Pressure-packed situation with the building being full. And she banks it in. We have a great cheering section for North Hastings. Nice to see the crowds full here today, Jimmy.
Agreed.
Mr. Wiles. North Hastings regathers, kicks it out to the top. Pivot steps, passes to the side wing, intercepted by the Ravens. They're taking it up court. Goes for the lay-in and misses. Rebound scrambles underneath the basket, tied up. Kicks it out to the wing. Bank shot, no good, just spills in and out. Lays it in with the right hand. The Ravens relentless on the glass, Mr. Miles.
Yeah, there was some good intensity from the girls there just to finish the play there.
North Hastings kicks it over to the side, just kicks off the foot, but regathers, kicks it to the wing, drives, misses the pass. Rebound by Asma. Asma kicks it up to the wing, underneath to Kendall Hunter, who just has the ball slip away. It looks like it's still going to be Ravens' ball.
This Ravens team's keeping up the intensity here. It seems like a lot of the plays running through Asma here, so we'll see if she can continue to make some plays for the team.
Asma goes to inbound the ball from the wing. Pressure from North Hastings, but she manages to kick it to the side for a shot. But I believe there may have been a travel on the play just before that by Emily Hudikin. North Hastings gathers the ball in the backcourt. Moving it up. Swiftly to the right side. Drives, dribbles. Intercepted. The Ravens kick it back, and now that ball is turned over as well. A little bit of missed ball handling there, Mr. Miles.
Yeah, this North Hastings team really has to get a hold of that ball and keep it.
Ball is scrambled out front. It's a jump ball. It's a little bit of a tie-up. And it looks like it's North Hastings' ball still. Yes, it is. This game brought to you by the amazing Raven on Air communications students here at Eastside Secondary School. Like I said, we got a full house here today. And we enjoy bringing these games to you. Inbound play here from North Hastings. Kicks it to the wing. Scrambled. Throws it up. Air ball. Ravens recover, and then they bring it up court. Driving into the wing. Kicks it to the side. Tie up again underneath the basket. And this one should be... Oh, it looks like it's Ravens' ball here. We're not quite wide enough on the shot, so we can't see the players. Not wide enough on the shot. There we go. Asma inbounds it from the far wing. Kicks it underneath the basket. Stuck in the corner. Recovers, drives, shoots. Oh, and just misses.
Hopefully the Ravens can keep up the intensity here. They've been in the North Hastings zone here for a little bit, so hopefully they can execute from the free free throw line here.
Looks like early both teams are a little bit nervous. You have experience playing in front of a crowd, Mr. Miles?
You know, I played high school basketball back in the day, and you know, it's already a nerve-wracking sport to play, just like any other sport. But when you mix in a whole gym full of fans, it definitely elevates the intensity, and you kind of feel those nerves a little bit. But I think it's key to just take a deep breath and just play your game.
Pressure ratcheted up, missed both free throws. North Hastings swings it all the way back to the other end. And Mr. Garden with the assist over here on the wing. Ball.
What a catch from Garden there.
What a catch indeed. I witnessed some of those hands firsthand back in high school in 2002, Mr. Miles.
Holy moly, that's quite a while ago.
Ava Lagerlof has taken it up court. Drops it off into the key. Kicked back out. Drive. Up and misses. But the rebound is deposited underneath the basket, and your Ravens have jumped out to an early lead. North Hastings trying to get some momentum going this first half here. Ball's kicking over to the wing, kicked back out top. Reach-in foul called on the Ravens.
I think the key for the Ravens here is that they just need to continue to play good defense and box out on the rebounds, and I think the game will go well for them from there.
Controlling that glass is essential to success. North Hastings swings it back around the top. Euro step up top, misses. Asma returns the rebound. Flies up the court, but it's a kick ball on North Hastings. Oh, no, they're saying it ricocheted off of Asma's foot, so it's North Hastings' ball. Turnovers early in this game, Mr. Miles.
There's been quite a few turnovers here. You know, we'll see how it continues here, but hopefully, you know, the nerves set a little bit, and you know, each team can play their game.
Ball management critical for success here early. North Hastings inbounding. Dribbling slowly up court, calling out the play, kicks over to the wing, looking for a pick down low. Stops at the top, flips it to the side, drive, and another turnover for North Hastings. The Ravens recover, and they're bringing it up the wing. Kicks over to the side, lays it up, misses, recovers the rebound again. Nice offensive rebounding by the Ravens. Swung around up top to Asma, but it just deflects off her. Too hard of a pass there. Unable to recover, and turnovers again continue to be the story of this first quarter.
Yeah, once again, turnovers here just, you know, happening early on, but I think the nerves are just really getting to the girls, but that's okay. Just take, like I said earlier, take a deep breath and kind of go from there.
Kicked in and tie up again. Looking around, desperately asking for a teammate to help. I've been in that situation. Tied up, and it looks like it's a jump ball or a tie-up that goes to North Hastings. North Hastings to inbound from the side wall.
Good on Lila Sonneveld there, though, to try and rip that ball away from the North Hastings player, so it's good.
Sonneveld, a relentless, pressure-packed defender early, and it looked like there was a travel called by North Hastings. Asma to inbound the ball. Asma inbounding the ball to Ava. Ava Lagerlof brings the ball up the court. Teeks out her defender up top and drives in. We've got a ruckus crowd here that's just started to get into the game. They wanted a foul called. Nothing going, but North Hastings deposits a nice basket. And it looks like they didn't get the score correct, but we have it correct on Raven TV as the Ravens deposit another bucket. When they get the ball into the paint, Mr. Miles, they're finding success.
Absolutely. I think that's the key to this game, right? It's just getting it low and scoring from down there.
North Hastings back in underneath the basket on a nice cut play. Laid in, and it's good.
What a cut there. That was a great little play from North Hastings.
What's happening here? Seems that there's a score clock correction, a scoreboard correction. As again, it looked like they applied the wrong points to the Ravens on that North Hastings basket. We've got it figured out. Amazing officiating here in this game.
You know, it's not easy being a scorekeeper, you know, but good on those kids for coming out and volunteering their time.
Lagerlof brings the ball up court, swings it down low. Camilla Parson lays it up and in. Lagerlof to Parsons has been a good connection here early. North Hastings swings the ball back up court, swings it to the sidelines. Getting it down low, trying to get those cut plays going like they just had success with earlier. Swings it back out top and over to the sidewall. Pick out top. Nicely defended by the Ravens. Ravens ratcheting up the defensive pressure. A little too hasty there, perhaps reaching in, but I still like the intensity by the Ravens on the defensive end, Mr. Miles.
I couldn't agree more. You know, trying to block those lanes through there, and unfortunately took a foul, but good on them to kind of stay compact and play from there.
You'd rather take fouls being aggressive than being passive in this game. 2 shots incoming. Banks it in. I believe she did that earlier in the game. Did she call bank?
I didn't hear a bank call there, but I think that's not necessary in this case.
Rebound collects off of the Ravens, so an unfortunate play there as they weren't able to collect that rebound. You got to collect those easy rebounds on free throws.
They're missing an inbounder here.
A little bit of confusion down at the inbounds play. North Hastings collects themselves, calls a nice play as she pops out for the nice bucket.
What a play there. Just a little lapse in the Ravens defense, but good on North Hastings for exposing that and taking advantage.
Ravens deposit the ball down low to Camilla Parsons. Kicks out to number 20. Misses off the rim. North Hastings drives the ball back up court. Swings it across over to the left side. Back out top. Number 22 doesn't want it. Kicks it back. Ball is on the floor and loose. Camilla Parsons jumps down onto the court to get the ball. The Ravens go back up court with it and just miss the basket there. A little bit out of control on the offensive attempt.
Yeah, again, I think the Ravens just need to calm their nerves a little bit here. I know it's scary playing in front of a hometown crowd, but just gotta keep playing their best.
North Hastings swings the ball back up to the top. Again, having some trouble out there as it gets tied up again. Ball is ricocheting all over the place on the offensive end for North Hastings. The Ravens have come out with some pressure-packed defense, and they still don't quite have an answer for it.
I'm noticing a lot of the play for North Hastings is coming through number 41, so I think the key here is just to try and keep her outside and make those stops.
Couldn't agree more, Mr. Miles. Swings it down low to Camilla Parsons. Back out top to Peepa Boyd. Back to Camilla Parsons. She looks left, drives right, kicks the ball inside. It just rebounds off, but it goes directly to number 31, who just misses the lay-in. Camilla Parsons with the rebound again, and a foul down low on North Hastings. Applying a lot of pressure on the offensive end with their rebounding.
Yeah, this Ravens team is really applying the pressure here. I think if they can continue to do this, then they're going to widen that gap a little bit more.
Lagerlof has been a presence here in the first quarter, as is Camilla Parsons. Reese Brandt doing a good job on the offensive glass. And Grace Peck, number 15, as well. All playing as a really nice unit here, and we're clinging to a 2-point lead here early in the game. Inbounds play. Peepa Boyd throws it into Lagerlof. Lagerlof goes to lay it in. Nice defense by North Hastings on the rejection. It'll still be Ravens inbound.
The Ravens are having a little bit of difficulty here inbounding the ball. North Hastings is doing a good job of making those defensive stops.
And as you just alluded to, having a difficulty with the inbound play, it deflects off, and that's another turnover for the Ravens. North Hastings to inbound here on the sidewall. What are you noticing early here as a trend, Mr. Miles?
As we mentioned earlier, we're noticing quite a few turnovers. And I think the key here is just for girls to kind of, again, calm those nerves and communicate a little bit better out there so that that's not happening.
And speaking of turnovers, North Hastings just had another one in the offensive zone. Something they're going to want to try to shore up here as the game continues if they want to find success. Lagerlof wheels the ball into the middle to Camilla Parsons. Dishes back to Lagerlof. Oh, that might be... And nails a little pop jumper on the sideline.
That was quite the jump shot there. I like that.
Finding success early, getting this home crowd pumped up here. Who's scheduled for an exciting day here at Eastside. Lagerlof comes back, didn't see the defender in behind, but it looks like it deflected off that defender. It'll be Ravens' ball down low here. Let's see if they can start to pad this lead.
See if they can take advantage of this inbounds play here. Seems to be a little bit of a stop in the play there.
Inbounds play incoming from Grace Peck. Grace Peck throws it in. It's turned over, but it looks like the inbound wasn't done correctly, I believe. It's hard to tell from my vantage point. But we're going to have Grace Peck inbound it again.
The Ravens are having some difficulty with this number 41 here, defending the inbounder. So I think just got to kind of get over that little hoop there.
Simplify the offensive plays, right, to get it inbounded. And another turnover on an inbounds play. They drive it back up. Miss. However, on the lay-in, nice defense by the Ravens. They turn it back up with Lagerlof. Lagerlof goes all the way through the middle and misses. Oh, another rebound. Relentless Reese Brandt with another rebound and another rebound. But just can't deposit the shot, and North Hastings drives it back the other end. A blocking foul called on Camilla Parsons. Furious action here early.
Quite the sequence there, though, from the Ravens. Some good offensive rebounds there, and I think if they can continue to execute that, the ball's going to fall in the basket. So I think they just got to continue with that.
Keep doing the right things, and eventually that ball will fall. 2 shots incoming here from North Hastings. North Hastings, I believe, has made only 2 of their 4 free throws. So just shooting around 50% from the line.
Let's see if this is once again a bank shot.
We have an air ball alert. That's okay. It happens. Shaq could speak about air balls. Have you ever seen any of Shaq's air balls, Mr. Miles?
I've seen quite a few Shaq's air balls over the years.
Perhaps that's why he is advertising for Icy Hot. Deposits her second free throw, so good for her after airballing the first. Recovery, right? That's what sports is all about. Forgetting about the failures and focusing on the positives in the process.
Absolutely right. It's all about resiliency and just being able to kind of bounce back.
Reese Brandt drives it into the middle, tied up. She needs some help, but the quarter was expiring. And after 1 quarter of play, it is 12 for the Ravens and 8 for North Hastings. Great action there, Mr. Miles, in the first quarter. What are your takeaways?
I'd say my takeaways are that both teams are a little bit nervous here. I mean, it's quite early in the morning as well. Usually they're playing, late at night around dinner time, 5 o'clock or so. So I think it's just important to kind of, wake up a little bit, calm your nerves, take a deep breath, and kind of go from there. But we're noticing a lot of turnovers, and I think the key there is just, again, calming those nerves, and hopefully both teams can, play through that.
Game day nerves are a big thing to discuss, especially in these morning games. You're out of your routine as an athlete, right? You're used to, going to school, kind of getting settled into your day, and then going to those night games. So that's a great point that you make there. I really liked the intensity that the Ravens showed on the glass that whole entire first quarter. They're just missing a little bit of the fundamentals on those inbound plays, which can be really, really complicated once it starts to get in your head. Any advice for them as they try to simplify that approach?
I think the keys there is just boxing out, right, on the defense and offensive rebounds. But I think the key there for the inbounds plays is, again, just waiting and being patient for your teammate to, open up a window of opportunity to make that pass. So I think that's what they got to look for here in the second quarter.
You have to wait for those picks to come, and once they do, you got to pop out from them really quickly, and it's all a timing sequence there. So
Absolutely.
couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more.
Anticipate there, so I think they can do that here in this quarter.
Second quarter action continues. North Hastings inbounds the ball, but it does pop off. And it is Ravens ball. Again, ball management for both teams. Bit of an issue here. The turnovers are collecting. I don't have a analytics team yet, Mr. Miles, but when I do, I will know how many turnovers each team has had. But I'm guessing it's got to be about 5 aside already.
Oh, absolutely.
Ravens collect the ball, drop it down low to Camilla Parsons. Or sorry, that's Kendall Hunter. And Kendall Hunter misses. I love that play, though. Number 41 for North Hastings drives the ball back up, gets caught up by the Ravens defense, but kicks it out to the top. She misses off of the backboard. Ravens collect the ball back, but there's a foul that I think has been called. Looks like it's a loose ball foul on North Hastings. Ravens ball. Lagerlof slowly up the court, drops it down low to Hunter. Hunter moves to her right, lays it in the basket. A beautiful play. Kendall Hunter really making her mark on this game here in the second quarter, Mr. Miles.
Absolutely. She's been relentless here in the second quarter. And that was a fantastic little run that she made earlier on. She just didn't get the finish there, but she made up with it with the last basket, so that's awesome.
If it looks nice, go back to it twice, and that's exactly what the Ravens did. Lagerlof takes the ball. She goes down low again. This offense where it's kind of like an old school throwback NBA where they're revolving around the center. It's nice to see, actually. I feel like fundamentally that's one of the plays that if you can just go to it more often, you're going to find success.
I see in the game nowadays people try and take a lot of shots from the three, so it's nice to see people working it down low, so it's good.
Got to dish it to the bigs down low. North Hastings trying to cut into this deficit. Some furious action, but a turnover. It comes back down the court. Dristy brings the ball down the court, misses on her shot. And here comes 41 for North Hastings, driving up the left side. Goes for the lay-in up top, off the glass, but it goes front rim. Lagerlof comes back down the court with it. She's stuck over the side looking for a teammate. She ends up swinging it down low. Giragain takes it over to the side wing, rejected by number 41, but before that they called a travel on Giragain. North Hastings inbounds the ball, trying to cut into this 6-point lead. Ball goes into the backcourt, and that's an over and back violation. It'll be Ravens ball. Again, ball management, another part of the story here today, Mr. Miles.
Agreed. You can see the girls are kind of calming in a little bit, but I think it just needs to keep calming. I think looking in the second half, it should settle down a little bit.
Shooting two.
I believe is that Lila Sonneville?
Yes, it is. I can just see once the hair moved from the numbers on the back. Lila Sonnevald shooting her second shot here. Up and good. Nice basket by Lila. And the Ravens lead 15-8 with 6 minutes left in the quarter. Ball deflects over by North Hastings. They regather it, kick it down low to number 41. Wide open lane. Misses off the basket on the front end. Again, just too hard with it. North Hastings unable to save the ball. And now the Ravens collect it and look to gather and build upon their 7-point lead here early.
The Ravens didn't do a very good job boxing out on that play, but they were lucky to get a bounce that led them to getting the ball back. So that's good for them.
Gergen inbounds it to Lagerlof. Lagerlof surveys the court. Kicks it down low again. There's that play we've been talking about. I believe that was Reese Brandt, or who was that? That might have been... Oh, that's Kendall Hunter. Kendall Hunter with a nice drive to the basket, drawing a foul. Aggression always leads to some offense in this game.
Again, that intensity from Kendall Hunter there, leading her to get fouled there, and then now be on the free throw line. So hopefully she can execute these 2 baskets.
Just misses off the back end. Got to take your time here. They call them free throws for a reason. You want to be depositing these every chance you get.
Really, free throws can make or break the game, right? So they just got to execute here. Unfortunately, she did there.
We didn't call bank, but that's all right. It seems to be a theme in the game. We'll take whatever baskets we can get. Number 41 swings it back over to the left wing. And again, turnovers on those little fundamental plays are starting to plague North Hastings as you see this lead grow.
I think we're seeing the Ravens girls calm down a little bit here, and we're starting to see a greater lead from them because of that.
Lagerlof kicks it down low to Hunter. Hunter drives in and just misses off the right wing. That play has been available, and they're going to keep going back to it as long as North Hastings doesn't have an answer. Kicks it back to number 41, driving in. Kicks it to the side wing. Back out to number 41 for the shot, and just off the front rim, no good. Swings it back out to the elbow. She doesn't want to shoot it, but she does, and it's an air ball. Yeah, I would probably just change that offensive set there for North Hastings. Put that player a little bit lower down towards the basket where perhaps she's a little bit more comfortable, because when she's got the ball there a couple of times in the game, it hasn't looked too steady.
I couldn't agree more. I think they're just a little bit too compact down low in the post, so I think they just need to spread out a little bit, and the plays will come from there.
Meanwhile, the Ravens deposit another 2 points and lead by 10. Ball clambers off of a foot. North Hastings recollects it. Number 41 drives and kicks it up and misses. Kicks it back out to the elbow, and she shoots with confidence there and almost knocks it in. Good job making the adjustment there by number 22 of North Hastings.
I think the Ravens are getting some lucky bounces here, but we're not seeing a whole lot of boxing out, and I think when we go back to fundamentals, I think that's going to be a key for both teams, but especially the Ravens team here. If they can box out, they're going to continue to get some defensive rebounds and go from there.
Number 41 throws the ball in. 22 for North Hastings puts it up, but it's rejected. Ball bounces out to the sidelines, and it'll be North Hastings ball.
I believe that was from Kendall Hunter again.
Kendall Hunter's been everywhere this quarter. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Kendall Hunter deflects the ball, takes it up court. She's got a wide open lane. Oh, and she throws it towards the basket, hoping for a foul call and didn't get it. North Hastings recollects themselves, goes back up the court, flings it up, and it is no good, but it looks like a blocking foul was called in the meantime. Or no, it was not. Might have been a charge.
It was hard to tell there. I initially thought it was a charge, and then it looked like it was going to be a blocking foul. So I guess we were right in the first place.
Ravens ball here. Scrimshaw inbounds it to Lagerlof. Lagerlof surveys the court, dips it down below. Camilla Parsons just misses. Looks like a loose ball foul was called before the shot. So again, just, the Ravens being a little foul heavy here. But that's what happens when, when you're getting the ball driven into your defense as aggressively as North Hastings has this quarter.
Well, absolutely. I think you just got to be set there and, try not to get those reaching fouls. Just wait for the moment that the ball's exposed and kind of go from there.
The official said it was in the act of shooting, so you got North Hastings shooting 2 baskets. They missed the first here. Second shot goes off the backboard.
Once again, box out needed there.
Dishes down. Oh, and it clambers out top. Nice save by number 5. Gets it out to 22, who we put pressure on. Kicks it down low and misses the lay-in. Camilla Parsons underneath the basket. Gets the ball torn away by number 3. North Hastings showing some desperation here as they are stuck 10 points early, and they know they need to start making a run. However, it is Ravens ball. Lagerlof takes the ball down court. Lagerlof swings it down low to Camilla Parsons. Kicks it out to the edge. North Hastings seems to be trying to press the action here, Mr. Miles.
No, absolutely. I think that's going to be a key for them. If they're able to press the ball, then they can, obviously win the ball back.
Number 22 for North Hastings has the ball. Kicks it over to the side wing. Missed lay-in. Rebound collected by the Ravens. But what are they saying? It's a travel. I don't know if I saw much of a travel there. Seemed to be a sort of a standard play in the NBA these days, but I guess this isn't the NBA, Mr. Miles.
It looked like she just took one step there, but I guess, the officials saw more than that. But I couldn't agree more. The NBA is notorious for little 3 steps in there nowadays.
I think if those officials, the officials from today's game, refed an NBA game, we'd have a travel called every 4 or 5 possessions. Lagerlof swings the ball back up court. Camilla Parsons, wide open on the wing, drives and draws the contact. Looks like that was in the act of shooting. And it will be 2 free throws.
You can see the Ravens have grown their lead here in the second quarter. Now they're up 18-8, and I think a lot of that to do is just that offensive pressure. And I think, again, just, the calming of nerves and whatnot. And I think feeding off the crowd here, I think once that nervousness settles, you get the intensity from the adrenaline that I think just really elevates your game. So I think that's what we're seeing a little bit here.
After going 0 for 2 on her free throws, Camilla Parsons relentless on the glass, getting a rebound twice, and then kicking it back out for a beautiful lay-in.
What a bucket there.
I didn't quite see who deposited the bucket, but all I know is the Ravens have grown their lead to 12. Here comes number 41, dicing through the defense, drawing the contact and going to the line for 2. She has been a relentless player for North Hastings this entire first half.
Once again, number 41 from North Hastings has just been all over the court, both on the defensive end and offensive end, and I think they're going to be continuing to look to her to really contribute to the offense and make those plays. So once again, she's at the free throw line, and I think we might see a Banksy here.
I think we should call the bank for her. All right? We're going to pre-call the bank. And the pre-call of the bank by Mr. Miles.
Once again with a successful bank shot here. If it's working, might as well continue doing it. As they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Maybe she was calling bank this whole time. That's a story for another day. Lagerlof drives it back up the court. Surveys and kicks it out to the wing. Nice shot attempt, just misses. Another shot attempt misses again. The Ravens collected underneath the basket. Camilla Parsons kicks it back out top to Lagerlof. Lagerlof drives, scores!
What a lucky bounce there, just off the rim and in there. Just got to, again, just with the relentless offense, I think that's the key there.
Beautiful possession by the Ravens. Everybody contributing here this first half. As they look to pressure the ball, they know that the ball is going to be in 41's hands, and she hasn't left the court, so fatigue could be a factor. North Hastings, another turnover on the left wing. The Ravens swing the ball down low to Camilla Parsons. She lays it up and just misses off the front end. Great aggression there, and if you keep getting those looks consistently, you'll continue to grow this lead, Mr. Miles.
No, I couldn't agree more. Once again, I think the key here for the Ravens is they've been making a lot of offensive rebounds, and if they can continue to do that and execute, then this lead will grow, as you said, Mr. Quave.
Reese Brandt with the drive and just missed on the shot, but it looks like it is not deflected. Oh, it was. It was actually a foul call on the play. I thought so.
Once again, the Ravens are at the line here, and it looks like there's been 5 fouls for North Hastings here this quarter, so they're in bonus now, I believe, correct?
I believe they're in bonus. That's right. You got to take advantage of these by being aggressive, and that's exactly what they're doing. A well-coached Ravens team, clearly by Miss Tripp. Reese Brandt, second free throw. Misses it strong off the back rim. And it looks like it's going to be North Hastings ball for an early lane violation.
Fortunately, the Ravens are up up quite a bit here, but you know, in a tighter game, it's really important that you got to execute those free throws, and hopefully it doesn't come back and cost them later in the game.
1 minute and 35 seconds left here in the first half. Ravens up 13. Ball goes out top from North Hastings. Number 11 swings it around. After some confusion, they regather the ball. They get it down low, but now the Ravens have stolen it. Up comes the court, Pippa Boyd. Pippa Boyd swings it back over across to Grace Peck. Swings it over to the sideboards, just misses the shot. Reese Brandt furiously hunting for the rebound. And we've got a little bit of a scuffle underneath the basket now. Oh, and a technical foul called on Reese Brandt. We got to control our emotions out here. That's what the refs are looking for. And it looks like Coach Tripp wants to call a timeout here just to kind of settle down their team, remind them that got to play under composure in these spots.
Absolutely right. I know the pressure's high here, but you got to kind of calm your nerves a little bit and not take any silly fouls. So I think that's the key here, and I think maybe that's the objective here for Miss Tripp, to just kind of calm the nerves down a little bit and finish this quarter off strong.
There's a fine line in sports, right, where the official can only take so much contact and so much trash talk, and then they're going to have to step in because they don't want the game to get out of control. And you know, certainly again, the sporting aspect of it doesn't want to get lost in the emotions of a game.
Absolutely right. It's good to have that intensity and use that adrenaline, but you got to, you know, make sure that you calm those nerves in the sense of being able to, you know, not do anything erratic out there. And I think that's a key there. So
if you're just joining us, the story of the game has been turnovers and offensive boards. The Ravens, with strong offensive rebounding from Reese Brandt and Camilla Parsons and
Kendall Hunter as well.
Kendall Hunter has been a big factor in this game, and Lagerlof, you know, controlling the offense. A lot of those details have led to this 22-9 lead. What a free throw! The arc on that, call that the rainbow.
I think that was the antithesis of a Shaq free throw there. That had lots of arc on it, and I think, hey, it's better than shooting it right at the rim, right?
Giving it a chance to bounce in, I guess, is the strategy. Now it looks like North Hastings is inbounding the ball under some full court pressure. First time we've seen it from the Ravens this game here. They drive through that full court pressure, but then they miss the free throw. Ravens collect the free throw, and then they turn it over.
Just a lapse in the defensive play there. They kind of had a gap through there, and you know, the North Hastings player didn't execute on that, but they continued to battle out there, and unfortunately, I guess it didn't go their way, and now it's the Ravens' ball.
Lagerlof continues down the court, goes to pass it into that center position. North Hastings knew it was coming, deflected the ball and stole it, but again, it gets stolen back the other end. Drives it down the court, misses on the lay-in from Grace Peck. Bounce pass from North Hastings. They drive it back. They miss. Some intensity ratcheted up here, but it seems to be a little bit wild on the offensive ends for both teams.
It appeared that, you know, both teams had calmed their nerves a little bit, but I think at the end of the half here, it's just, you know, tensions are high, and we've had some funky bounces here.
Funky bounces indeed. We only have 12 seconds left in the quarter as time starts to wind down. Whistle on the play. It looks like it was a loose ball foul. Let's see what they're calling.
Here is calling for a travel, but it appears that it's gone to North Hastings.
It's another turnover for the Ravens. North Hastings desperately tries to score a basket before the end of the first half. They throw up a prayer, and it is not answered. And your Ravens lead after the first half of play, 22-9. Mr. Miles, I must say it's been a pleasure having you in the booth here. Is this your first time ever doing color commentary?
This is my first time doing color commentary. There was a time as a young boy that you know, I've always been an avid sports fan that I thought maybe one day I would be a commentator, and I guess today is my initial tryout for TSN. If you're watching this, just a shout out to you. If you're hiring at all, outside of teaching, I could potentially fill in.
When Jack Armstrong retires, we will be sending in Mr. Miles' resume. But in the meantime, Mr. Miles, on behalf of everybody from our Raven on Air Club who brings this live broadcast to you on your TV, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And I know you got to get to class as well here in the next little bit, so this may be your sign-off.
I think this is my sign-off, folks. I want to thank Ravens TV for having me this morning. Once again, it's going to be an amazing day here at Eastside for homecoming. The football game's kicking off tonight. I'm also the soccer coach here, and we have a big game against Bayside tonight. So good luck to the rest of the Ravens teams playing today, and good luck to the girls here today. And hopefully the junior girls finish off strong. And thanks again. And I hope everyone has a great long weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Miles. Play with your Ravens leading 22-9. This game is brought to you today by our Ravens on Air communications technology students. Number 14 for North Hastings inbounds the ball, but it's stolen by Asme. Asme brings the ball back up the court, lays it in, and good. Amazing start to the second half as your Ravens take a 24-9 lead. The ball comes back up the court. Full house here, just keeps getting fuller as we have another game, as this is one of our back-to-back doubleheader we're bringing to you today. Ball kicked in by North Hastings. Looked as though it was stolen by the Ravens, but the official must have saw something in the inbounds play. And it is North Hastings' ball. North Hastings to inbound the ball on the far wall, kicks it out to the edge, shoots it up, and it's no good. Dribbles down the court. Ball kicks off of her foot, and it's North Hastings bringing the ball back up the court. Ball comes back up the court, swings it around out top. Again, the ball collides off of her foot, and Asme brings the ball back up for the Ravens, dishes it off, throws up the bucket, and Sonneveld unable to hit it. But it's collected again and missed by Kendall Hunter. North Hastings brings the ball back down the court. Swings it over to the side wing. Down low into the key bucket. Misses. Ravens take it back the other end. Drive it all the way, but a foul. Sonneveld absorbs the contact. Oh, it was a travel call. North Hastings brings the ball back up the court. Swings it down low, and a quick shot, and banked in, and good. Nice play by North Hastings as they cut into this deficit. 13-point lead with 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Eastside kicks the ball down to Kendall Hunter, who throws up an air ball. North Hastings returns back down the court. Swings it down low, and it collides off of North Hastings and goes out of bounds. Paper? I'll do my paper attendance. And a beautiful lay-in by Kendall Hunter underneath of the basket. Kendall Hunter, again, a presence in this game as the Ravens lead by 15 points. Dom will come in. A missed shot here by the Ravens, and North Hastings collects the ball and goes back down the court. North Hastings fires it up, misses. And here we have North Hastings with the ball, driving it back down the court. North Hastings lays it up, and a charge is called. The Ravens absorb the contact underneath the basket. Charging called on North Hastings. The Ravens return with the inbounds. Looks like another blocking foul was called. This ref has his hands full with the amount of contact that is out here. Great intensity certainly leads to physical contact, though, in this sport. And it looks like it's actually a foul called on the Ravens. North Hastings brings the ball back up court. Kick over to the wing. Down low, intercepted. Kendall Hunter brings it back, swings it over to Asme, but the ball... Oh, Asme returns. Swings it over to Legerloff, misses it. Rebound underneath by North Hastings, flings it up into the air. She catches it. But the ball returns to the Ravens. Turnovers back and forth all day long. And I am pleased to be joined by our color commentator for the second half of the game. Welcome to the broadcast and Ravens on Air, Mr. Cole Lynch.
Thank you very much, Mr. Quaife. Sorry for being tardy this morning. Just making some ice bags up for hopefully preventative measures, and there's no injuries this morning on the basketball court because we've already had some injuries on the ice this morning. That's where I just came from the Quiddy Sports and Wellness Center.
Our teachers are super busy here at Eastside Secondary School, and we appreciate everything that they do for our athletes. If you're just joining us, if you're checking in, the game has been very physical. The Ravens have controlled the glass, operating amazing post plays through Kendall Hunter and Camilla Parsons as well.
That's great. It's good to hear that our girls are dominating a physical game. I know basketball might not be as high contact with the sport of hockey that I was coaching this morning, but there definitely is some severe athleticism being displayed already while I've just joined you. This is great.
Emily Hudekin lays in another basket, and they stretch the lead to 17. North Hastings wheels into the key, throws up a shot. It's off the glass. Down low, Kendall Hunter with the rebound, and she kicks it over to Legerloff. Legerloff up to Asme. Asme drives in, misses on the right side, and a rebound is good. Deposited by Kendall Hunter.
Great play by Kendall Hunter. Good ball awareness, able to play the ball off the net. That's great.
The Ravens have been good on the glass all day here. North Hastings has been struggling with their turnovers. And again, a turnover in the offensive zone. Swung back up by Legerloff. Kicks over to the wing. And good. Another basket.
Emily, number 10, Emily. With
Emily Hudekin. Or Hudason.
Fun fact for the viewers, Emily is a high-level swimmer. Our school's first ever Bay Aquinian Championship was last year in 2025. Emily was a big part of the reason why we took the Bay Aquinian Championship in swimming, so that's great.
That's an amazing anecdote. Some amazing athletes here at Eastside Secondary School. North Hastings bringing the ball back up the court. Swinging it down low to nobody. Tries to save it. Does. But it kicks off of her foot. She returns it back up to the basket with an air ball. Asme collects the board. Asme dicing through the defense. Lays it up and no good. But another rebound underneath the basket, and the Ravens stretch their lead.
Another great rebound by Hunter. Hunter is all over the ball today. All over the ball this morning.
The Ravens bring the ball back down the court, stretching their lead even more. Basket goes up.
A little bit of physical play there. We'll see what the official sorts out on that one.
Looks like he's
looking like we're getting a foul here on 35 Hunter, maybe. Might also be a foul on 3 on Bancroft.
okay.
Wait and see here. We're going to sort this out.
So amidst a busy day like this, what is it about days like this at Eastside that kind of that you enjoy most?
I think it's great. I think that it's a culture piece. Today we got a great day. We have the women's buyout for basketball in the morning. We have Terry Fox running period 3 just after lunch, which is something where our school is nestled in the east end of Belleville, right in the community, and I think it's great. A lot of our students live in the east end of Belleville, a large majority, and It's obviously to support a great cause in cancer research, and it's a pretty important event every year. I think we're going to reach our fundraising goal. Last year we raised $1,300. I believe this year we're looking to raise $1,500, and I think we're going to meet that goal, which is pretty impressive. And then period 4, looking forward to a little bit of men's football. And I just think it builds community and culture, and I'm just really happy to see our girls get the opportunity to not only have Ravens TV in a broadcast today, but get recognized for their hard work as well. Definitely a big believer in profiling the amazing women's athletics that we have here at school. It's been a long time since our women have been put in the spotlight, and our men are usually the ones that are getting profiled, but we have some great, amazing female athletes here at Eastside for sure.
Couldn't agree more. 23-point lead here for the Ravens, a deficit that is going to be very difficult for them to come back on.
So I apologize to viewers. I've been told to speak up a little bit here. Usually that's not, I never hear that very often. I'm a pretty loud, annoying guy, but I'm going to try to speak into the mic here and increase the volume a little bit.
Well, we are happy to have you here, volume or no volume.
That's great. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for asking me to join you guys.
The Ravens On Air Club does an amazing job bringing to you these games on your TV. Here we are with 2:06 left in the third quarter. Your Ravens up 23. North Hastings shooting 2. What's it like, the pressure of shooting free throws in a full crowd like this?
I don't know if everyone ever watched the Flint Tropics and Jackie Moon, but that's about my basketball ability. So I'm not sure what it's like at the foul line, but I'm going to sure it's like a shootout in hockey, and I'm sure it's pretty nerve-wracking.
We've had a few players today with quite a few free throws from North Hastings. We've been aggressive on the defensive end, and they just haven't cashed on their free throws. Oftentimes either going 0 for 2 on the trips or 1 for 2. There's a turnover, though, on Asme. Number 41 for North Hastings lays it in, and they are starting to cut into the deficit. Asme brings the ball back down the court. Surveys, drives, stops, pops, and kicks, but it's a turnover again. And almost an and one. Furious pressure by North Hastings, particularly number 41.
Definitely some momentum building over here on the North Hastings bench. I think gaining some confidence here with some really, really good plays in the last 2 minutes.
Really, at this point in the game, when you're stuck this many points, you've got nothing to lose. You might as well be aggressive, and that's what we're seeing here. Eastside has to answer to try to snuff out this comeback. 1:41 left in the third quarter. The second free throw is no good. 36-17. Pressure down low after the board. North Hastings still has the ball. Tied up underneath the basket, and it looks like it's going to go to North Hastings on the jump ball.
Basketball fever is alive and well. I don't know if any of our viewers were watching the Raptors last night, but they were victorious in preseason matchup, and that's pretty impressive by them. They have a really young team this year in the NBA.
It's the time of the year where your remote control has sparks flying on it from how often you're changing channels.
And you need an extra dose of caffeine because I was up very late last night. Go Toronto Blue Jays, go. Off to the ALCS and other sporting news.
There's nothing sweeter than beating the New York Yankees, especially when you're in the AL East. The Jays will kick off their ALDS series on Sunday. Go Jays, go. Looks like we have some substitutions here for North Hastings, as again, they're trying to keep that defensive intensity up, so you're going to have to keep fresh bodies out there. Number 41 for North Hastings gathers the ball. Swings it into the post. Number 22 panicked a little bit. We tied her up. Asme stole the ball, but it looks like she may have traveled. Trying the Euro step play, maybe.
I don't want to be a homer broadcast here. I would say some very sloppy play by our Ravens in the last 3 minutes here. We got to clean things up here. Bancroft is really going to start cutting into this deficit.
Ball security has been a story of this game for both teams. It seems to be coming in waves. Either the Ravens have it or North Hastings has it. It has not really matched up, but I do anticipate by the time that this gets to the fourth quarter, we will see a little bit more precision on both the offenses.
I know speaking with some of our players, unfortunately our teams have not had very much success this year. We've had a really, really rough schedule to start the season. Oh, good opportunity there. But the girls were really hoping to turn things around today with the win, so I really, really hope here as we're closing out the third quarter that they can do so.
What do you tell athletes, Mr. Lynch, that are struggling perhaps with their confidence when they're not seeing success early on in a season?
I think there has to be a mindset right from the start of the season. Every team, has a goal or should have a vision for their club. I think this year was a year of growth for the girls, especially in our Bay of Quinte loop. We have a lot of schools that have a large amount of club players, so those girls are hitting the court hundreds of extra opportunities to get touches in versus the young women that aren't playing club basketball. So I think, especially for this team right here, they just need to understand it's a process, and being a young group with lots of grade 9s that they're building and trying to maybe set the standard for next year. But it is hard. It is hard when you're losing, and it's hard to maintain a young person's confidence because, like anyone, they get down on themselves and they feel like they can't do anything right. But you got to find the little things to build on here, whether it's good communication like the girls are doing right now on the court, strong ball movement, or like you said, ball security. Pick those little things to build that confidence. It doesn't necessarily have to be wins and losses. Little shot put up there with 22 seconds left. But it just needs to be those little things. Build and celebrate those little wins.
That's great insight. You do have to celebrate your wins for sure, and confidence is key. And speaking of confidence, North Hastings with another bucket cutting into this deficit. Their best quarter so far of the game. Their coach seems to be quite happy with what his team is showing, and as I've said, it does seem as though North Hastings is starting to free up their play a little bit. Maybe those early nerves are starting to leave, and we're starting to see some of their best basketball here.
Yeah, I think I might have brought some luck for the Huskies. My first ever teaching contract was in Bancroft, Ontario, and I have nothing but good things to say about the community and the staff up there. Amazing individuals that are close-knit and support each other and do anything they can to make sure their students are successful during their time at North Hastings and afterwards. So I think I brought a little bit of luck from the north on my way in from the ring.
You may have. But either way, even if you're bringing the luck for the other side, it's good for the broadcast, so we'll take it.
I still look better in purple, though. Not that I don't like maroon, but my God, purple is a good color.
It's a great colorway, isn't it? I love this Ravens logo, and I love this crowd here today as we are at max capacity. Like you said earlier, basketball is alive and well here at Eastside Secondary School.
Yeah, as the Eastside team is doing a little bit of first aid on one of our players here, I just want to give a shout out. I don't know if it's been mentioned, but Ravens TV and the whole broadcast crew, they were in the gym yesterday afternoon at 3 p.m. starting their setup. I was here coaching our men's volleyball program along with Miss Miller and Mr. Wilson, and I just can't say enough good things about Raven TV and the crew here. Very professional. Setup took place last night. We were here to the late hours in the evening. I believe I left the school about 8:30, and things just look awesome in here. It's standing room only. Students have bought out. They're positive. They're cheering people on. Just a great morning here at Eastside.
Absolutely agree, 100%. And again, thank you for joining us. How is the volleyball season going so far? Can you give us a little insights into how your teams are doing?
Yeah, for sure. Like we talked about before, trying to keep a team positive that's got lots of losses. Unfortunately, our senior boys team is really struggling. We picked up our first set win last night, so we haven't won a match yet this year, which is really challenging for the young men. But our junior boys team, however, they actually suffered their first match loss last night. Wow. So they're at the top of the standings. Currently, they're sitting second in Bay of Quinte. If fans want to come out, we have no more home matches, but we're off to St. Teresa Secondary School on Tuesday night next week following the long weekend, and then we're off to Quinte Christian to finish out our season, which could be a matchup that decides first place in the junior Bay of Quinte loop. So there's some exciting things happening here for the young men playing volleyball at the junior level.
Great news on all fronts from the Eastside Athletics teams. Here we are starting the fourth quarter with an inbounds play, but an air ball.
Strong play by Bancroft. That was a very physical play there. Good job.
Their defense has stepped it up a couple of notches here in the second half. Ravens have to respond with some good, solid fundamentals. Yep. And it looks like there was a moving screen there called on Kendall Hunter.
Something we can clean up in practice here. Our inbound play there coming off that was not very clean, and I think Coach Tripp's going to clean that up in practice for sure.
It's all about timing and reps, really, right, when it comes down to those fundamentals like the inbound plays. But as you could see, the defensive set seems to be working really well for the Ravens as another turnover for North Hastings.
Yeah, and I think to get that spread back where it was when I first sat down with you, Mr. Q, I think that they really got to capitalize here on one of these offensive possessions. Oh, Hunter going to the hoop, loses control.
Ravens have the ball over here on the side wing. Hunter kicks it out to Lagerlof, but it looks like they call a foul on the floor, and it's North Hastings ball.
Ooh, interesting. With 7:39 left in the quarter, our senior girls here, Eastside senior girls, are getting ready, prepared to take the court for warm-ups.
Furious action here at Eastside today, as this is just the first of a doubleheader game. Ball collides over to Lagerlof, who swiftly carries it over to the side wing. Passes it back up to number 15, Grace Peck. Grace Peck drops the ball back over to Lagerlof. It collides out of bounds off of North Hastings, though. It'll be Raven ball here on the sidelines. Grace Peck inbounds it. Drive up. Missed by Lagerlof, but a rebound collected underneath the basket by Reese Brandt.
Great play. Great play. Good awareness there.
Lead back to 19. Number 41 for North Hastings. Ball collides, goes over. She kind of just left it there. Luckily, her teammate picked it up. She swings over to the side, throws an air ball up. It looks like the ball went off of North Hastings, just directly out of bounds. It'll be Ravens ball as they look to try to put away this game with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball goes underneath to Kendall Hunter. Hunter out to Reese Brandt. Brandt may have picked up her foot there too much and traveled.
I believe that might be the call.
I believe that is the call.
I was just about to give number 20, Reese Brandt, some great credit. Good offense always starts with good defense, and that was a great play at the other end of the court to lead the ball back down the court.
Turning offense to defense. Here come North Hastings back down the court. They drive. They go up, but a foul was called on the floor before the shot, I believe. So we have 6 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. A 19-point deficit. North Hastings has to try to build this comeback, one basket at a time.
Emily Ducian checking back in. I think the pace of play here is going to get upped. Mentioned this young individual as an amazing swimmer. The cardio is definitely there, and I think the ball is going to be ran pretty aggressively up the court here. We're going to see if we can really kind of tire the North Hastings junior girls team out with that substitution.
Another turnover on an inbounds play. Lagerlof brings the ball back up the court. Swings it back and just missed by Reese Brandt. North Hastings collects the rebound. Swift pass down low. Drive. And almost hits the banners with that shot.
Almost took down the senior football team in 2018. That was our last Bay of Quinte championship for our senior boys. Hopefully turn things around today in their season. Also a growing year for those young men. Lots of great 11s on that roster, and trying to keep things positive and continue to grow every single day of practice for that group of young men.
The Ravens looking to close this game out, drive the ball down to Hoodison. Hoodison kicks it out to Grace Peck. Grace Peck misses a shot, and then it goes off of Hoodison's hand. She's laughing about it, though. Those plays kind of tend to happen when you're being aggressive.
Coach Tripp's remaining positive on the sideline. She's talking to the girls about, getting their hands up, being ready to take and receive a rebound coming off the board. A lot of our girls right now are standing like they're statues. What do we got here?
Oh, a nice try at the offensive end, but they miss. North Hastings drives the ball back down the court. It goes up into the air. It's pure bedlam here on the offensive ends for both teams. Lagerlof tries to stabilize, throws up the shot. It just misses off the back end. Lagerlof again, front end. North Hastings returns the ball, and our camera operators are busy. The ball keeps just getting tossed around like a ping pong out there, Mr. Lynch.
I hope our camera operators are stretching here. The amount of movement they're doing in the rotator cuffs, oh my goodness. We don't want an injury today. Stay hydrated, folks.
The Ravens collect themselves as I try to collect myself, and they're in the booth. Lagerlof drives into the paint. Right hand up, just off the back end. A little too strong on the shot. Gets it back down low to Reese Brandt. Reese Brandt turns, pops. Oh, and it just misses.
This is absolute frantic action here in the Ken Smith Gymnasium.
I love the intensity on the glass. That's been one of the things, a storyline really of the game for the Eastside Ravens. They've controlled a lot of the offensive rebounding.
I believe I heard the official correctly. I believe that was Reese Brandt picking up another offensive foul.
Reese Brandt
Number 20 in your program.
potentially could be
Fouled out.
having some foul trouble here, and I believe, yes, they will have to sub her as a foul out has occurred. So, with that aggression, always sort of leads to it can lead to positive outcomes, but it also can turn around to bite you.
100%. You don't want to take that aggression out of the athlete, but it needs to be controlled.
A lay-in misses. Grace Peck all over the court here today, just couldn't finish it off. Ball gets turned over by North Hastings. Back up the court by Hudison. Hudison lays it up, misses.
Fun fact for our viewers here, North Hastings High School is getting a brand new gym floor put in and installed at their school. They've actually been practicing at neighboring elementary schools for the whole season, so I give great credit to these girls for coming down here and putting up a great fight today and doing a really good job, because they've unfortunately had not proper conditions to practice in. So great job by their staff for problem solving and making sure the girls have an opportunity to play this season.
Great insight there by Mr. Lynch, who seems to know all of the gossip when it comes to the local sports scene.
Do I ever? I know who has a gym floor and who doesn't.
Here we have Grace Peck inbounding the ball to Lagerlof. 4 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game. 19-point lead by the Ravens. Swings it down low. Ball clambers around. Hudison off the backboard, just too strong, but she gets a rebound. Ball squirts loose to North Hastings, but turned back over again. Lagerlof, right hand and in.
What a play by 31 Lagerlof.
Lagerlof has been a dominant force today in today's game, controlling the ball movement up the floor.
Does not decrease her speed when advancing the ball up the court, even when she has possession, which I think is so impressive.
Dribbling under speed and control.
See a lot of players with straight line speed when they don't have the ball, but you put a ball in their hands and they slow down. Not Lagerlof. Lagerlof's been very impressive in my short amount of time sitting with you.
I've been quite impressed with her today as she stabilized this offense. We've put up 40 points here, so it's quite an impressive performance by these Eastside Ravens. North Hastings calls their inbound play. Pop out in the corner. Drives. Ball squirts loose, but they collect it, miss off the backboards. But then they collect another offensive board. 2 offensive boards lead to a score there, and they've cut the lead to 19 points with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left. Eastside collects the ball. Lagerlof surveys the court, dishes out top, but it's stolen by North Hastings. They grab the ball and dish it back. Lay in by number 41. And this lead is all of a sudden shrunk to 17 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Looking for communication on both sides of the court here. Bancroft is doing a great job sticking with this right to the final horn. And Eastside, unfortunately, is getting quite quiet on defense. There needs to be way more communication and picking up their checks, and whether they're playing girl to girl and man to man vs defense, or they're playing zone here. And we're getting a little crossed up on defense for sure.
We sure are. And Lagerlof, who has been sure with the ball all game, has thrown it away a couple possessions here in a row. Back and forth, the turnovers go again, but now momentum on the side here of North Hastings. 15-point lead now for Eastside Ravens, and Coach Tripp wants to take a timeout and settle things down.
I think that's a good call, Mr. Q. I would definitely be talking about communication. I am very impressed with North Hastings Huskies and how they're communicating on the court and picking up their person that they're covering. Eastside, I don't know if it's because of the amount of substitutions we had to do, because some of our young people are fouling out, but we're getting definitely a little confused and creating a little bit of a cluster on defense.
That confusion can lead to some mishaps on the offensive end, and clearly North Hastings has keyed in on Lagerlof and are denying that pass out top. On 2 separate trips offensively, they denied that pass, and it led to scoring from North Hastings.
Yeah, they definitely know that she's definitely the person we want carrying the ball up the floor, and if anything, they're putting 2 defenders on her at all times now, and I can't really blame them. I sat down here, at the start of the third quarter, and I've just seen nothing but good things from her, and I think that that's a leader in the making. Not sure of her age, but I do believe that she's in grade 9, so there's a bright future for this young lady here at Eastside Secondary School.
Well, either way, it's an excellent timeout call by Coach Tripp. Reset some things. Let them know that time is your friend here. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. You have a 15-point lead. If you manage the ball, you likely run them at a time.
Yeah, and in basketball here, depending on how many timeouts Bancroft has left, it's going to be pretty tough to overcome this deficit at this current time with 2:10 left in the quarter.
Ravens reset here. Lagerlof now looks to put it into the inbounds to Camilla Parsons, who's tied up underneath. Holds on to it, and it looks like it was a foul called on the Eastside Ravens.
Interesting. I believe he might have called 14 for a travel. So Parsons might have been called on a travel there. I think she kind of tripped to what I'm viewing on the court.
He's called a foul.
Interesting.
That is one of the worst case scenarios when you have a lead, because the clock has stopped and now you have 2 free throws to cut even further into that deficit that was at 19. It's now to 15 here. Let's see if they can make their second free throw. Free throws up and no good. Basket, or a rebound collected under the basket by Camilla Parsons. Camilla Parsons can't find an outlet. Finds one in Lagerlof. Lagerlof doesn't quite have control of the ball. The ball squirts loose.
Referees blowing their whistle. We have another call here. Don't know if it's a loose ball foul, but wait and see where the ball ends up. We're going to the line. Huskies to the line, I believe, here again.
Huskies to the line again.
I don't know what you noticed in the first half, Mr. Q, but there's been a lot of fouls going on here.
It has been a physical game all game long, and actually, in fact, if the Huskies had have hit their free throws, this game would be even closer. I bet that they're under about 40% in their free throw line attempts, and they've probably had about 12 to 14 free throw attempts.
That's something that can be cleaned up at practice, and just more and more reps for the Husky crew, and I believe those girls will get the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm. The Huskies with a furious comeback here in the second half, as the Ravens look to close out this game with solid ball handling. They kick it over to the wing, underneath the basket to Camilla Parsons. She goes to kick it back out top to Pippa Boyd, but it is turned over, and North Hastings has the ball. 1 minute and 34 seconds left in this game, 15-point lead. They kick it around. They get it to their star player, number 41, who's been all over the court today. She just misses a lay-in. Ravens collect the ball here.
This is great to see from Coach Tripp. Coach Tripp has really utilized their bench here and mixed in. We have an all grade 9 lineup, to my understanding, here on the court, I believe.
And it's good. Guragain with a 2-point dagger.
What a shot by number 25.
I'd love to hear that it's an all grade 9 lineup here in this first of our doubleheader on your TV. North Hastings sends the ball over to the wing. Back out top to number 14. She shoots. Misses off the front side of the rim.
Time's ticking down here. 43 seconds left in the final quarter.
Lagerlof drives it right in. No let up from the Ravens. They're still trying to score here. Maybe with some more seasoning, we could just kind of dribble this ball out.
We could. I think that's something that Coach Tripp will address at practice. Coach Tripp is an excellent coach and extremely, extremely respected around the Bay of Quinte Loop. Not only for years of coaching, but years playing as an athlete as well. A very, very good athlete that if I look to my left on the Trojan Wall of Fame and the Saints Wall of Fame for Athletes of the Year, I believe I see Miss Tripp's name twice up there. Amazing athlete during her time at Quinte Secondary School.
Coach Tripp with banners all over the place. As the Ravens assert dominance in this game with Camilla Parsons underneath the bucket. 10 seconds left, and your Ravens are going to take down the win.
Using her height to her advantage, Camilla Parsons is definitely dominant underneath that basket, picking up all rebounds and cleaning up some of the garbage, so to speak, in regards to those balls there. That's great. Great play.
Ball underneath the basket as time begins to click down. The Ravens have the basketball here. They're inbounding with 3.8 seconds left. 44-25 lead. It's 3, 2, 1. And the Raven has landed. A 44-25 win by your Eastside Ravens.
What a great way to start off the 2025 homecoming events here at Eastside. Our juniors put up a great effort, and let's see what our seniors have in store for us.
Join us here in the next 10 minutes for the second game of our back-to-back doubleheader Brought to you by Raven TV on your TV, Belleville.
need to find a better way to do this.
Welcome back to the second game of our doubleheader here at the Nest, where your Eastside Ravens are taking on North Hastings in senior girls basketball action. My name is Ben Quaife, and I'm doing the play-by-play with my Raven TV crew from the Communications Technology program. We have a school-wide buyout, a packed house here at the Nest. And our action is about to begin with a tip-off here. Molly Cook-Martin to tip the ball off. The Ravens control the ball on the side wing. Go down low, and a foul is called on the floor. The second part of our doubleheader, we are joined by Mr. Lynch, who will be doing the play-by-play. Thanks for joining us in the broadcast today, Mr. Lynch.
Thanks very much for having me. I was just in the green room making sure I got some caffeine and some nourishment. Had a couple bananas, lots of potassium, really good for cramps. Really good for cramps. Some of our athletes are probably eating bananas as well, high in potassium, I hope.
You got to keep your nutrition strong on a doubleheader day like this. Brooklyn Miracle makes one of two free throws, and the Ravens lead early. North Hastings swinging the ball out top. Drive down low, and it is deflected into the arms of your Ravens, and so they take it back up court.
And speaking with number one, Brooklyn Miracle is dribbling the ball. She said last evening when volunteering at the boys volleyball that she was going to be throwing up some threes today. Really wanted to be productive from behind the arc, so let's see if she stays true to her word.
Love that, how she's calling her shots early. Running offense through Molly Cook-Martin, who swiftly passed it over to the side, and that enabled her to get the lane. As she went to lay it in, she got fouled, and she shoots two more free throws, 1 for 2 on her first two attempts. That one's up and good. And it looks like it was actually just a bonus free throw. Sorry, so that was just one free throw. Now we're up.
Number
4-0
one
early.
Miracle is amongst other players, but definitely one of our club level players right now here locally in the community.
Beautiful lay-in by North Hastings. Well defended, making them earn their baskets early. Brooklyn Miracle takes the ball back up the court, swings it over to the left wing. Back down low into Molly Cook-Martin. Molly Cook-Martin drives, dishes underneath, gets her own board, and fouled.
It'll be very interesting to see how Molly Cook-Martin matches up against her check today. There's not too many young women here at the senior level that matches their height, and there's definitely a young woman here on Bancroft that is going to match her physically, and I'll be interested to see how that matchup looks this morning here in the Ken Smith Gymnasium.
Early, it seems like she plays with a really good intensity, good pacing on her passing, good movement underneath of the bucket. Just failed to finish there. Absorbing the contact, though, which is going to be key. Misses on her first free throw.
I mentioned earlier we had some club level players. Molly Cook-Martin is one of those people still playing at a competitive level here in the community as well, and it shows on the court, just getting those extra touches in that court time.
So far early with our free throws, the Ravens are shooting just above 50%. Score early is 5-2 with 6:54 left in the first quarter. North Hastings inbounding under a full court press. Molly dives to the ball, misses. North Hastings has numbers the other way, drives to the side, misses. Rebound collected, and then it looks like somebody maybe stepped out of bounds. Nope, that is in fact North Hastings ball. I got confused there. Sorry, Mr. Lynch.
Great defensive play by 24 Williams. So if she wouldn't have punched that ball out of bounds, I believe that would have been an easy 2 points for the Huskies.
Active hands here early.
On a completely separate note from style, this is great shoe game here today. Lots of colors on the court. I'm definitely an admirer of the shoes going on here on both sides of the court here. Lots of pinks, lots of blues. A really colorful court right now in regards to the shoe game that's going on.
My shoe game is nowhere near where it needs to be at the age of 40, but I'm working on it day by day.
At 34, I would agree with you, Mr. Q. I've always wanted to buy a pair of Jordans, but I don't think a 34-year-old man should be wearing a pair of Jordans, so I'm gonna pass
Maybe
on that
perhaps
purchase.
some Skechers go with
I think
the.
some Skechers slip-ons with the active cool gel release insoles is kind of where I'm at right now.
Now you're talking. Shooting two. A little bit too strong off the back rim. Let's see if she can cash in on her second free throw.
That rim is not as forgiving as the 2019 rim at the Air Canada Center with what they called the shot by Kawhi Leonard when we won the 2019 NBA championship.
Molly looks like she threatens for the three, but then drives, spins, goes underneath, but just gets underneath the basket too far. I like the play, though. Nice aggressive play at the rim by Molly Cook-Martin.
Definitely some tough positioning there when underneath the hoop.
Sometimes you're spinning and you're a little bit out of control. You lose sight of where the basket is. It's hard to finish strong in that case.
When I was in the green room there during warm-ups, our amazing principal, Mr. Rob Garden, bought a brand new JBL speaker, and I could hear the bass from the gymnasium in the green room. And let me just say, I want to give a huge shout-out to our principal, because that speaker is going to be put to good use by our school community. So thank you very much, Mr. Garden.
It sure is. The environment is electric here as your Ravens continue to lead. Brooklyn Miracle throws the ball over to the left wing. It gets deflected out of bounds, but it does go. Possession will go to North Hastings.
As I look around, there's not a person that's left their seat. This is still standing room only. We even have students sitting on the floor right now. People that come in for period 2.
It's great to see that athletics is alive and well here at Eastside. The nest full for today's second game of our doubleheader. We have a travel call on North Hastings. It'll be Eastside's ball. 5 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first quarter.
The Ravens are looking to soar here today, but this is a bit of a tentative start for our senior girls. I think both teams are just trying to get a gauge of the other team's not only pace of play, but also who they need to match up with defensively.
Brooklyn Miracle dishes it out to the side wing to Carolyn Markland. Carolyn Markland gets stuck on the baseline, goes to throw it back out top. Ball gets wrestled away from Riley Williams, but it's still going to be Eastside ball. Inbounds by Marissa Hill, incoming.
Good job by the Huskies trying to establish body position there, though. You know, own the floor, take up your space.
Oh, a wide open pass underneath the basket. Beautiful pass, but just could not finish it. Coach saying, don't worry about it. That is just what happens underneath the basket. Sometimes you don't finish, but the play was there.
Looking for a soft touch by Williams there, and it'll come in time. It'll come in time early in the game.
Rebound gets collected by number 3 in North Hastings, and they lay it in. 5-4. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Ball being brought back up by Carolyn Markland. Carolyn Markland out top. Surveys the court. Goes down low for the lay-in. Beautiful pass and finish by Brooklyn Miracle.
What a dish by number 4, Markland. Good vision there as she brought the ball onto the offensive side of the court.
The Markland to Miracle connection sounds pretty good to me.
I like that.
Let's call it the M&M.
M&M's is probably one of my favorite candies, I would say. I mean, a lot of people, debate back and forth, is Smarties better, the Canadian version. I'm
Sure.
still giving a shout out to our friends south of the border here. I do like myself some M&M's.
Sometimes they get things right there.
They do.
Just not their chips. All right, as action continues here. Molly Cook-Martin goes for the old school Dr. J twirl.
I respect that. A little throwback right there from Molly Cook-Martin.
I've had her as one of our communications technology students. She is an excellent athlete/academic student. Strives for success everywhere, on and off the court.
Currently a placement student within our life skills program here, working with students with exceptionalities, and I will second what Mr. Q just said. Unbelievable individual who shows the true spirit of Eastside and empathy, and bright future for that young lady.
Well said. Action continues here in the first quarter. 4:20 left. North Hastings swing the ball all the way across court. They drive down low, get stuck at the baseline. Molly Cook-Martin with some furious defense. They still manage to get by that wall. Kick it back out to the elbow. Short-rimmed. Back up, and the rebound is collected by Brooklyn Miracle, who surveys the court.
I am by no means a basketball expert, but if the Ravens don't start moving their feet on defense, we cannot just swat at open air here and think we're going to be successful. Let's pick it up here, Ravens.
Little tentative start from both teams today. Back cut pick there set for number 24, Riley Williams. Ball collides and goes out of bounds. Looks like it will be Raven ball on the inbounds. Let's see what they've got for an inbound play here.
Our officials team is doing an excellent job working their second game on a back-to-back here, and both of these gentlemen are doing a great job communicating with the athletes and educating them.
Not an easy job to do. There's certainly a lot going on on a basketball court in between the painted lines. Molly in the corner looked like it was out of bounds, but she saved it. Dished it back out top to Brooklyn Miracle, who fired, but there was nobody under the basket for a rebound because Molly had departed. North Hastings turns it back up and lays it in. Cutting the deficit to 1 here as Brooklyn Miracle looks to stabilize this offense.
To utilize travel, to my knowledge, I believe the North Hastings team, both junior and senior, are playing a second set of games later on this afternoon at a neighboring high school here in Belleville.
A busy day at North Hastings.
Hopefully they mix in a trip to a Belleville staple to Quinte Mall for some nice lunch at the food court too. We'll have to get some intel on that after the game.
If you don't lunch at the Quinte Mall, why are you really in Belleville?
Exactly. All right.
What is your go-to destination at the Quinte Mall? And we're talking shopping and then lunch.
I mean, for shopping, I do love the staple, and Sam the Record Man is a pretty cool location. Pick up an album or look at some of the DVDs that are classic in the discount bin. I'm a big discount kind of guy.
Big discount bin.
And then
Energy.
I'm mixing in a teen burger at A&W all the time after that. Another Canadian staple that...
onion rings or...
I'm a big onion ring guy.
Big onion
I will
ring
say,
energy.
nobody likes my breath afterwards. Kind of like my
Sure.
coffee breath right now. But,
Sure.
I'm definitely an onion ring guy. Yourself?
Sam the Record Man is a staple. I do like a Sport Check visit as well.
Yeah.
And a Booster Juice.
Booster juice, yes.
Whenever you need to be boosted. We're not sponsored, but, Booster Juice. If you want to throw us a sponsorship, we'd be happy to have it with us in the broadcast booth.
We would definitely be willing. If anybody's listening from the Belleville location at Booster Juice, we're currently at 275 Farley Avenue in the Ken Smith Gymnasium, and we're ready for branding.
We're ready for branding. It just comes off nicely, right? That Booster Juice sponsorship.
Big shout out to Sports Check. Mr. Q mentioning that's his favorite store to shop at. They are great to employ a lot of our students here at Eastside. I know just by a quick count we have at least 3 students currently employed by Sports Check Belleville, and we're very appreciative of the community making sure opportunities are available for our youth here at the school.
Maybe that's where we can get our shoe game going.
I believe we got to step up our shoe game, Mr. Q. The Skechers, based off what the girls are doing right now on the court, as the kids would call it, some aura. We need to step things up here.
And the lead is 6-7 as we continue on into the first quarter.
If anyone can settle where the 6-7 has originated from, I've watched some videos. I believe it's a rap song. I tried to listen to the R&B hit, the hip-hop hit. Not a fan, I will say, not a fan, but the youth are quite into that saying right now.
The youths of the next generation with their slang terminology that we don't understand and we have to decipher. It's part of the process of being a teacher here at Eastside.
I really hope one of these 2 teams scores, so the score is no longer 6-7.
But as it stands right now, it is 6-7 here early in the first quarter.
With 2:12 remaining in the first quarter, exactly, and the gym is having waves of energy. I guess quite loud here in the Ken Smith, and then kind of dies down in silence. I don't know if our students are needing a little bit of lunch from a booster juice or A&W, but look at some yawns out there in the crowd. We need some energy here, Ravens. Let's go.
The energy continues to escalate on the court here as the Ravens collect their rebound. Carolyn Markland takes the ball, surveys the court, stops, dribbles over to the right side, kicks it back out top to Miracle. Miracle down, caught by the baseline, swings it over. Number 44 deposits a right-handed lay-in. Valerie Miracle with a beautiful lay-in under the basket.
Amazing physical advantage by Valerie Miracle there. And she was given the real estate coming on from Molly Cook Martin, and she took that real estate and took the ball hard to the hoop. That was great.
It looks like we have another turnover here from North Hastings, maybe a backcourt violation. Ravens ball the sideline. 1 minute and 31 seconds left in your first quarter. Ravens up 3.
Grade 11 student Chloe Dunlop with the ball right now. Chloe has a very busy afternoon ahead of her. She is leading right now a Terry Fox event on her own through our leadership class here at Eastside Secondary School. With minimal to no support from adults, Chloe has taken the leadership upon herself, and she has organized a great Period 3 Terry Fox fundraiser for our students.
I continue to be amazed by what our students are capable of doing off the field of play. It's not just about what they do on the court, it's also what they do academically and in the community.
Like every school in our school board, we truly are student athletes, and it is impressive to watch these young individuals as they lead around our building.
Brooklyn Miracle leads the charge back up court, swings it over to the sideline for Carolyn Markland. Markland surveys the court, stops, pops back.
Whistle
Foul
with
called.
48.7 seconds left.
Valerie Miracle again. As we collect ourselves over here on the sidelines. Sideline play incoming.
Also, something I want to point out here, Eastside bench has multiple community coaches sitting on the bench, and we want to give a big shout out to all of our community partners and parents and guardians of current and past students that give up and volunteer their time to come out and support athletics here at Eastside. Without all of you, athletics would not happen. Well
said, Mr. Lynch. Fires up a desperation shot. Molly Cook Martin, maybe not the area where we want her shooting, but she was open, and sometimes you got to shoot your shot. It just didn't work out that time.
Well said, Mr. Q, well said.
Markland inbounds the ball to Miracle. The M&M connection comes up court. Swings it down low. Drive, stops. Possibly an opening for a shot, but she thought the better of it and just decided to drive. Got herself a better shot and collects 2 points at the basket late in this first quarter.
5 seconds remaining on the clock. Let's see if Bancroft can get one last shot off here before the end of the quarter.
Clock dwindling down. Throws up a 3, but Molly was there to stop it, knowing that the time was running out. A heads-up play by Molly Cook Martin, and your Ravens lead after the first quarter of play, 11-8.
Based off the pace of play in the first game, our junior game, this is a little bit of a closer matchup right now.
Yeah,
in the first quarter.
It seems to be that the ball is being managed more, so you're seeing a little bit less chances offensively, potentially why the score is a little bit lower. But overall, considering that we are playing in front of a packed crowd and that there may be some nerves, both teams seem to be settling in nicely to this game.
North Hastings Huskies definitely don't have bus legs, so to speak. I don't know if the young women went for a walk during the junior game, but they came out ready to play right from tip-off. They are running the floor, both on offense and defense, and they're giving the Ravens everything they can handle here. It's going to be an interesting matchup here today.
Yep. The Ravens collect themselves here to head back out for the second quarter of play.
I want to give another shout out here to our scorekeepers over at the scoring table. Also volunteers. They supported last night at volleyball as the scorekeepers, and we just got a great crew volunteering for a second day in a row for our basketball team. Again, an integral part of keeping athletics alive, and if we didn't have volunteers, we wouldn't have athletics.
That's right. It's the volunteers that make everything go. As we continue the game here, it looks like there was a turnover by North Hastings, so Miracle will bring the ball back up court. Miracle swings it out to the side wing for Chloe Dunlop. Dunlop down low to Molly Cook-Martin, who spins. Takes contact from North Hastings. Looked like there was movement underneath the basket, and in fact there was. That is a foul on North Hastings. Shooting two.
Molly's going to the line here. This is her second time, I believe, at the line this morning. Let's see how she does here. She can pick up 2 points for the Ravens.
1 for 2 on her first visit.
Not a favorable bounce there at all on her first attempt. Drains that second attempt there. Nice work.
1 for 2 on the line again for Molly Cook-Martin as we stretch the lead to 4.
Bancroft working the ball up the court here. This looks like it has some potential.
Number 12 for North Hastings grabs the ball.
Having the luxury of being in the gym for practices with the boys volleyball program here at Eastside, I've been able to watch the girls play. They have some set plays here. Let's see if they can get the ball moving. Basically get the ball from high to low and then back up to number 1 Miracle for a nice 3-point shot here. But we got to get some movement on the court right now. The girls are establishing those set pieces that they have built into their program.
Marissa Hill was going for the back cut pass. It just got intercepted there, or maybe it was a kick ball. So either way, it is Raven ball inbounding here. Oh, wide open underneath the basket. And good. One of the easiest baskets you're going to score out here today.
That's one of those set pieces I'm referring to. Off that inbound play, that was a very quick strike by Eastside.
Markland was wide open, and she delivered. North Hastings looks like they had a travel there, and it is Eastside ball. Again, inbounding the ball from the far end of the court. Ball security essential here as we look to stretch the lead. Brooklyn Miracle brings the ball back up the court. Swings it over to Marissa Hill. Marissa Hill returns the favor. Back down as she goes underneath the bucket. Goes for the reversal and just misses. That would have been a beautiful play.
Definitely have a foul on the floor here. I'm not sure if it's going to white or purple. See what the official has to say here.
I love that give and go play, though, that they established there. Easy way if you are trying to find some rhythm on offense. Just move the ball and then you move. And then look for the person as they cut to that opening, and that's exactly what happened there. She just couldn't get the basket to fall.
Lots of chemistry built over the last 3 years with those young ladies at the high school level.
North Hastings throws the ball out of bounds.
Aggressive defense on the Ravens side there as Bancroft had possession, and we have possession back now. It's impressive. The Ravens are absolutely smothering the Huskies coming out of their end of the court.
Here we go. We have a drive coming by Markland. Markland gets fouled on the floor. Raven ball. Maybe not a foul, just the ball maybe squirted loose, in fact.
Be interesting to see with the pace of play we're currently viewing how well the benches are going to be utilized, because these young women are going to tire here coming into the second half.
Molly Cook Martin with a dominant offensive spin move. Couldn't quite get it to go, but relentless back pressure by the Ravens. The ball squirts loose. She seems to have injured herself, though. There's an injury on the court. We may need a timeout here as Marissa Hill
In my past life as an athletic therapist, before I went into teaching, I would say Marissa Hill has either have a cramp currently in her calf, her gastrocnemius, or potentially has done something to her quad, because that was definitely a leg injury by kind of tripping up on her feet as she was running back to play defense.
As someone with a career specialty in Comtech, I have no idea what you just said. All right, no, I'm just kidding. Mr. Lynch, great insights again from your background in athletics and in the sports injury field. It is quite an intricate field, though, in terms of your wraps and
It is. It's very interesting, and I'm constantly learning new things, even as a teacher now, and trying to deal with first aid and injury prevention and support. It's looking like Hill is okay over on the bench. She's laughing and giggling. I would say probably a cramp. Again, if you haven't had enough potassium or you're not hydrated, it very well could be a cramp of the gastrocnemius.
And how much are you finding a lot of the sports science as it comes to nutrition is trickling its way into high school sports as well?
It is, as we see our students competing at the club level here in the community. No matter what level of club that is, sports science is becoming a big part of that. And then we're seeing our students being exposed to the level of nutrition and weight training and physical exercise that I definitely myself as a youth was never exposed to with trained professionals in those disciplines.
Excellent insights there. Looks like the Ravens have lost possession of the ball. They've lost possession of the ball, but they are full court pressing here, trying to stretch this lead, and it works out for them as they pick off the inbound play. It swung all the way over to the wing for Miracle. She backs out, goes back down, draws the pressure. Couldn't find a laneway, though. Nice defense by North Hastings there. The Ravens still retain possession as Marissa Rolfe is going to inbounds the ball.
The Ravens are still maintaining a 4-point lead, but the Huskies have cut into that lead in the last 2 minutes here, with the Ravens not having too much luck here on offense.
Both teams struggling to get their offense going here. Cooked over the wing to Molly Cook Martin, but she was just too far down below the basket. Off the foot, though. And then it looks like it was off of the Eastside Ravens and out of bounds.
Husky ball. Let's see if they can get a set piece inbound play here and have some success. I'm predicting 15 is going to have the final touch here, and we're going to see if we get a basket by number 15 on Bancroft.
Interesting to see how they materialize their inbounds play, but there it was. Number 15 with the shot, gets her own rebound, and scores. Amazing insight. Do we have Tony Romo in the booth here, or is that...
Some people compare me to Tom Brady, just with my looks, but not actually with my commentary ability.
Far superior commentating by Mr. Lynch than Mr. Brady himself.
I think he has some work to do. He perfected the art of quarterback, but he's got some work to do on his commentary up in the booth with the NFL Network.
You certainly aren't drinking as much water as Mr. Brady does. I hear he just drinks gallons and gallons of water a day.
That's what I've also heard. Also, he's a big believer of the nightshade diet, so not eating any nightshade vegetables. I don't know how much I believe in that, but I guess they're inflammatory to your joints.
Maybe we should try it out. I know we have some inflammation in this booth.
Yes, we definitely do. I think I'm going to lay off the tomatoes for a while.
Action continues with a beautiful rejection underneath the basket, but it clambers right over to number 3, and she deposits it into the basket. And they've cut this deficit to a 16-16 game with 4:25 left in the second quarter.
We are all tied up here in the Ravens' nest at the Kent Smith Gymnasium, and I believe it's truly based off effort. We have just had a complete shift in effort. Effort and momentum of this game has shifted to the Husky side.
Miracle launches a 3, and it's good from Ajax.
As she predicted last night at the volleyball game, I was told, Mr. Lynch, there's going to be some threes, and that was a beautiful shot by number 1, Brooklyn Miracle.
Calling her shot to Mr. Lynch before the game. 3-point lead as the Ravens look to finish this second quarter strong. Underneath of the basket, saved by Molly Cook. Miracle drives the ball back up, confident from her last three-point shot. She swings the ball back, drives, moves into the middle, kicks it back to Molly Cook. Back underneath of the basket, though, and just misses. The ball gets ping-ponged around down low. And it looks as though they're calling a loose ball foul.
I think the coaches have some adjustments they can make at halftime when they meet back in the locker room with the young ladies. I believe that the Ravens utilize the full duration of the shot clock. When they actually set up a play, they're having a lot more success when they're just running down the floor and hucking up a three or trying to drive the hoop with no support. Let's see if they make some adjustments at halftime.
And oftentimes it looks as though they have a little bit more time to look for that basket before, firing up the shot. I know when you get down low, sometimes it can get desperate. But if they were to look at the basket maybe a little bit longer, they'll be able to orient themselves and hopefully start depositing those easy buckets.
It's definitely easy for me to critique here from the booth, but it's definitely something I've noticed here so far in the second quarter.
That's what we're experts at, and that's why we're behind the microphone and not out there, because the game would have to be about a 2-minute game in order for me to survive.
I would agree with that, Mr. Q. I think I had more ice bags attached to me last year at the staff-student basketball game than any one person should ever have ice bags attached to them.
They're going to write in a mandatory sick days for all teaching staff that participate in any staff activity games.
Yes, I believe both of us were on the ice last year in the staff-student hockey game, and I also equally had as many ice bags attached to me after that matchup on the Quinte Sports and Wellness Center ice pad last year.
There was never more realization that Mr. Quaife belonged in the broadcast booth than that particular moment. Humbling, to say the least. Play continues here as the Eastside Ravens dominate, go down low, and one. Heading to the free throw line is Marissa Hill after a beautiful finish.
Just as the clock strikes 11 a.m. this morning, and some of our viewers might have heard a bell as some of our students stream out to our canteen located in the Ravens Nest for lunch, hopefully buying pizza, pop, and chips, as we are allowed to not follow the Healthy Schools Act today on a homecoming day. So I hope they spend some money and support Ravens athletics.
Incredible day, incredible planning, as you mentioned earlier, and a rejection underneath the bucket. Draws cheers from the crowd. They love to see the intensive defense by number 4, Carolyn Marklin. As the North Hastings Huskies were looking to gain some momentum, and it was stifled underneath the basket. North Hastings regathers possession out top. They swing it over to the side. Give and go, and a hack underneath the basket. You could hear it from here.
25's going to the line for the Huskies, and I just want to commend her completely on her willingness to engage physically and take that ball hard to the hoop. Great job by number 25 on Bancroft.
Forcing the defense to have to make decisions, and that's what leads to offense.
Let's see in the last 2:29 here at Bancroft can regain some of that momentum they had at the start of the second quarter, because unfortunately, because of strong Eastside play, they've lost that.
Another bank shot. It's been the theme. There has been over 3 banked free throws on this end of the court, Mr. Lynch, between the first game and this one.
I have personally cleaned that glass, and that is a very forgiving backboard.
You just don't get the insights that you get from anyone else except for Mr. Lynch here, as he is all things athletics at Eastside, so we're really lucky to have him in the booth.
Really happy to be here. Thanks, Mr. Q.
Here we go. Miracle drives the ball, kicks it back out. As it clambers around to number 44, Miracle. Oh!
On her second attempt, Valerie takes it hard to the hoop. I'm really, really excited to see that our center position is quite strong here, not only with height and physical play, but also skill and a soft touch around the net.
It's a great 1-2 punch between Molly Cook and Valerie Miracle. Couldn't stop number 15, though, from North Hastings, who has some good finishing game and deposits 2. Miracle drives the ball back up the court. Dishes it down low. Misses her target on the pass. Ball gets deflected around, but it is Eastside's ball here on the side wing. 1 minute and 39 seconds left in the second quarter.
Molly Cook-Martin checking back in here. We're going for a big size matchup. Number 24, Williams, checking out for Molly Cook-Martin, and we have a definite size advantage right now on the offensive side of the ball.
23-19. 23-19 in the second quarter.
Olivia Lanchberry also checked in last time. A fun fact about Olivia is a cross multi-sport athlete. Our rugby team unfortunately couldn't run this year due to a lack of students. So Olivia, after our girls rugby team unfortunately folded, she joined the basketball team, and she's been quite successful. I'm hearing from the coaching staff in regards to her abilities to play basketball.
Multi-sport athletes is what we like to hear about here at Eastside Secondary School.
Molly Cook-Martin on the line. Ooh, what a shot. What a shot. Second attempt is good as well, bringing the Eastside lead to 25-19 with 1:33 left in the second quarter.
North Hastings dribbles the ball back up court. Furious defense over on the side wing leads to the North Hastings player falling. Potential injury here. The ref doesn't see it. And now they've allowed play to stop here so that North Hastings can make a substitution. Again, on that side wall, it looked like there was a bit of a fall by number 25. Hope that she's all right.
Looking like an ankle here. Number 25 either has kin tape or an ankle brace on that right ankle. I can confidently say if she needs ice, I just filled about 5 ice bags in the PE office. So we are prepared here at Eastside Secondary School.
We have dual threats on the court in multi-sports. We have dual threats in the broadcast booth. Not a stone unturned when it comes to Mr. Lynch's desire to help out athletes and make sure that they are feeling their best here at Eastside Secondary School.
Safety is paramount.
North Hastings wheels the ball back down the court.
Coach Tripp is over here. I don't know if all of our viewers can see this on the broadcast, but we might be able to bring her in at halftime for an official interview from the junior game.
I think we're going to have to bring Coach Tripp to get some of the insights from that first game, because it was a wonderfully coached game, particularly in that last quarter of play when she called timeout after North Hastings had cut the deficit to 15.
That's a really good point, Mr. Q. I think that's a question that you definitely could field to her at half, and I think she'll be able to give you an honest answer. Maybe even can remark on her shout-out to the Athlete of the Year award that she won at Quinny Secondary School.
We may have to ask her about some stories that she could share from the field. What sport was she a multi-sport athlete?
Multi-sport athlete and quite successful. And for the viewers, if you don't know, Eastside Secondary School in 2018, it was our inaugural year. We had 2 school closures here in Belleville, Moyer Secondary School and the Quinny Secondary School shutting down, causing this beautiful school that we see today here at Eastside. 2 schools merging, and couldn't be happier here to be in the purple, black, and white and silver. I believe we have 4 school colors here at Eastside.
We have a lot of different colorways.
We
We're
do.
like the Blue Jays. We could have multiple uniforms out here.
We could.
Again, North Hastings pressing to try to cut into this deficit. Number 15, a offensive force on the glass, and then gets their own, as the ball was squirting away, almost got it, but we collected it, and Miracle drives it down the court. Time's dwindling down. She throws up a shot, and it just misses as your Ravens go into the second half of play, leading 25-19.
So we're going to introduce a very special guest here. We have Miss Jennifer Tripp coming over, the head coach of our junior girls basketball team. We're going to be able to let her speak to the viewers here about her amazing victory of the season. So again, I'm going to pass the mic over here to Miss Jennifer Tripp.
Welcome, Coach. Thanks so much for joining us on Raven TV.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
How did that first game go for you guys today? I noticed that Mr. Lynch and I were talking about that fourth quarter. As it was getting down into clutch time, you had to call a timeout to settle them down. What were you saying to your team?
Well, first of all, we had a fantastic game. I was super proud of my team. It was definitely the best game that each of them have played. As we got different bodies in, we had a couple starters on the bench because they were injured. So in a game when it's the fourth quarter and there's all these fans all over, and we had some new blood in the game, they just needed a minute to settle and think about all the things we've been working on and how to reset our offense, and that we've been working on taking it to the basket and then popping it out to pass it around. So just a quick reminder to those girls that they can do it, and they were doing awesome. And once they settled, I think it was great.
And was there anything that you wanted to execute going into the game that you feel like they really executed and thrived in?
Yeah, we had been working on what a fast break looks like. So when we get that rebound at our end, like how we push it up the court really quickly and work on taking the ball to the net to try and draw those fouls really quick. And they were trying it. They were doing it. We didn't always make the layups or get the falls that we wanted, but we could definitely see the wheels turning in their brains to try and do the things that we'd been practicing. So I was really happy with their effort and their thinking skills on the court.
What are you going to be looking for from your team as they continue on in this season? What are you going to be trying to kind of shore up to make sure that you guys are doing the best you can to kind of take down the wins as you move forward?
To be honest, that answer really changes for each girl. Each girl has particular goals that they're working on where they are in their basketball game and their positions. So each of them have their own things that they're working on for themselves, but to put those things all together as a team and make the baskets fall. So they are trying and they're all thinking and they're all doing the things that I'm asking them to, or they're at least trying. So those are the goals, to put all those little pieces together to get the outcome that we want.
Now, Mr. Lynch was sharing that you have some banners, that display your name prominently. And I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about your own time as an athlete and the memories that you have being in the same position as the girls that you are now coaching.
Well, I feel like giving back is what's important, right? So I had a fabulous time in high school. If you remember the Quinny Saint days, those are my days. Those days are behind me, obviously, but there's lots of teachers that are in the building now that taught me. So that's super special to be working with them. And when I think about the athletes and I think about the girls, and I remember what it's like playing in your home gym in front of a giant crowd of people that are cheering for you, and it's such a fun day today. And then knowing that it's going into the Terry Fox, knowing that they were on display for their fans and their friends and their family in their home gym was really special. And remembering them, that it makes my heart warm. I could see Kendall's grandma, she made a basket, and I saw her grandma cheering in the stands, and it's just so special because I remember those moments for myself as well, wearing a Quinny jersey. But it's fun for them, and I enjoy watching them experience this as well.
Well, Miss Tripp, thanks so much for joining us on Raven TV. Good luck with the rest of the season, and all the best.
Thanks for having me.
Insights from today's game where your Ravens took down the first of the doubleheader. We're going to try to do the clean sweep of the games as we are continuing on with a 25-19 lead here in the second half against the North Hastings Huskies.
Miss Jennifer Tripp. TV after a big victory here with the junior girls basketball team.
The statement that she echoed, and it's what you said, is you're just with your players, you're just trying to see where they're at, where they want to progress to, what their goals are, and focus more on the process. So that was a really, really great interview to have with Coach Tripp about what she's trying to instill in terms of mindset for these athletes.
I think it's so key. I know it's cliche. We hear the word process a lot, but I had a really high-level coach tell me once, if you are working with any amateur athletes, and it's not the professional level, you should solely be focused on process and never product. And I picked that individual's brain, and a very smart man, and it's definitely rang true throughout my high school coaching career, as it has for Miss Tripp as well.
The Ravens come out with a hot offensive possession and scoring 2, stretching the lead to 10, and North Hastings gives the ball away. Molly Cook dribbles it up the side, shoots wide open, and just misses back rim. Excellent shot attempt, though. Those are the types of shots that will fall more than often, so you got to take it. As pressure in the backcourt unfolds, and North Hastings is unable to advance the ball over the half. It is a backcourt violation as your Ravens defense turns the ball over.
as the first half came to a close, I mentioned that I had 5 ice bags ready and waiting, and I will say I walked an ice bag over to number 25 at halftime on Bancroft, and I believe we have a rolled ankle. I think 25 will be out of the remaining part of this basketball game here today.
Unfortunate development for Bancroft, as she was really making her presence felt out here on the court, so we hope that she heals up fast as the Ravens miss a couple of more baskets. Again, getting their shots off, getting quality looks, that's all you can ask for. Here we have an inbounds play on the far wall. Inbounds from Carolyn Marklin. Marklin finds an opening underneath the basket, but it's missed, but hustled down by Lanchberry. Lanchberry to Miracle. Miracle dribbles back. Lanchberry has the ball now. Kicks it out top to Molly Cook-Martin. Molly Cook-Martin drives. Caught up defensively, but there's a wide open 3 in the corner. Just misses.
Not the look that she usually wants, shooting from the baseline. Shot clock violation here for Eastside Secondary School.
Rebounded by Riley Williams. However, that shot clock violation struck as we did not hit the rim on our 3-point attempt. North Hastings dribbles the ball back up. Interesting, they've got 15 dribbling the ball up now again.
I think due to injuries, we've had to have some shift on the Bancroft side of the ball in regards to positioning here. With the guard taking over, control, bringing that ball up the court.
Here we have number 1. Driving the ball up. Molly Cook-Martin finishes strong after the dish by Miracle, and we have stretched the lead to 31-19.
Great physical play by Martin, just establishing body positioning below the hoop and taking that ball to the net.
North Hastings brings the ball back up, but Molly Cook-Martin almost steals it. No need to get crazy there and dive for the ball by the sideline. You've got a 10-point lead.
As we're moving into lunch hour, we're seeing more and more teachers here that are saying they were live streaming the game actually today in their classes, and this is great. The reach of Ravens TV is huge. Whether students bought in to this event or they were still in classrooms being educated, they were still supporting their Ravens and they're supporting the Ravens TV crew here, and I think that's great.
It's amazing to have teachers like yourselves, though. The first 2 periods, Mr. Miles and then Mr. Lynch dedicating their time to us here on Raven TV. We really appreciate you doing so. As the Ravens carry the ball back up the court. Kicks the ball over to the wing to Miracle. Miracle, an M&M connection on the pick and roll. Pops, stops, and in. Beautiful spinning basket by Miracle.
The chemistry between the M&M connection is unbelievable, but the real question is, do you eat the red ones last?
I always eat the red ones last. I'm a sucker for marketing.
Yep, I would agree with you on that one. There's chemistry here in the booth today as well.
I believe so. North Hastings deposits a basket. Trying to cut into the deficit here as they are stuck 12 in the third quarter. Miracle wheels it back over to Marklin. Marklin to Miracle to Molly Cook-Martin. The MMM connection.
The ice bag that I provided number 25 in the Huskies looks like it has magical healing powers as she is putting her ankle brace back on and her shoe and could re-enter the game here.
I think that we might see something special from 25 here. She's got the Cole Lynch ice bag. It has worked to perfection. It's your own personal recipe from home, right?
Yes.
Epsom salts
yep,
in there?
make the cubes myself and make sure that they're evenly distributed into the ice tray, and then they are snapped in the Fazette office and put into a Howie's ice bag pack that we buy from a Canadian supplier in Burlington, Ontario.
Shout out to Howie's.
Yeah.
A great company.
Great company here. Friends on the American side of the border, but also a location in Burlington.
Amazing.
Awesome team over there.
That's how it really should be, shouldn't it? All right. Miracle dribbles the ball back up court. Dishes into Molly Cook-Martin, who spins underneath, collects another basket. Those are the baskets that we thought were going to be available to her. She's really, really honing in offensively, getting some great looks and cashing. Ball gets turned over again by North Hastings as they are unable to establish their offense. Markland drives and kicks the ball back out to the top of the key. Molly Cook-Martin goes down low. Good ball movement by the Ravens, but it kicks off of a foot. Almost saved on the sidewall. Brooklyn Miracle with great effort there. Nearly coming into our broadcast booth, potentially tweaking her lower back. We almost just had an injury here as Brooklyn Miracle was leaving it all out onto the court and nearly ran into our broadcast booth, Mr. Lynch.
I stepped away to speak with one of our leadership students as they're just debating on when to tear down the canteen. They said sales have been overwhelmingly positive, and they're trying to gauge on how much longer they're going to have inventory to be able to sell to our Ravens here at the Ravens Nest.
That's great to hear, as this is a great day on campus for, raising money and awareness for a really good cause. I can't wait to see what the afternoon brings as we all join out for our Terry Fox marathon run here at Eastside, and then as we continue on into our football games this afternoon. I know I've watched a few of those football games. If you want to talk about ice packs, it hurts Mr. Quaife even watching these young men collide on the gridiron.
Speaking of football, Mr. Quaife, I know you're an Eagles fan. How are we feeling about this evening's matchup?
I feel pretty good about the matchup. I think that the Giants have actually shown signs of life. They had a good preseason, and I'll be looking to see if the Eagles can run a more effective offense, primarily through A.J. Brown, who seems disgruntled early on in the season.
He does. And as a fantasy owner of A.J. Brown, I hope he gets some touches this evening.
You got to believe. It seems like the birds follow me around. I've got Ravens on one end, and I've got Eagles on the other. But this is the only place I like to be, especially as we get covering the second game of this back-to-back doubleheader with North Hastings. Amazing efforts out there by our athletes so far today.
I do have magical powers because 25 has re-entered the court after suffering a severe ankle injury. That, again, our ice bags, shout out to Howie's, has definitely healed her ankle up.
Howie's ice bags and booster juice, a big theme of today's broadcast. North Hastings fails to collect on their second free throw, and Molly Cook-Martin takes the ball up the court. She says, Brooklyn, you go ahead and take it up here. I'm going to go and post down low.
Thank God that back injury was just a little bit of a scare. Annabelle with a tough fall, number 23.
Tough fall, but she still gets it underneath the basket to Molly Cook-Martin, who just misses on her lay-in attempt but draws contact, and she will go to the line for two.
Our conditioning is really showing here. As I mentioned, I'm usually in the gym coaching our boys volleyball program, and the girls have been doing a lot of running and a lot of cardio-based drills the last 2 weeks, and their cardio is really performing well as they push the pace on both sides of the ball. There
are no shortcuts to cardio, that's for sure, and you're going to feel it if you don't have the work put in, so it's nice to hear that they are working hard off the court. Molly Cook deposits her second free throw, and that's kind of been the rhythm for her. She's missed the first and hit the second. So good resilience by her to keep going and depositing these free throws, which are critical when you want to stretch leads. 18-point lead with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Quite a matchup here today. Don't want to jump all the way back. We're talking basketball, but unlike Mr. Quaife, I'm a fan of the Buffalo Bills, and I will say I suffered your pain. We had the two undefeated teams in the National Football League as of last week, and both of our teams suffered an unfortunate loss, their first loss of the season. So I do hope that your Eagles bounce back tonight against the Giants.
A surprising week 5 in the NFL for sure. We have another free throw attempt here by number 15. 15 has really stood out as a force for North Hastings today. Been all over the court, bringing the ball up the court, rebounds, and then also on the offensive end, putting pressure on the defense.
Not shying away from the physical side of the game, so big shout out to number 15 on the North Hastings Huskies.
Second free throw, in and out. But a tie up here. Let's see what way the possession goes, and it's North Hastings' possession. Great job on the offensive glass by North Hastings.
Valerie Miracle there going for the rip of the ball, but just could not get the call to go her way with the official.
Oh, loose ball on the floor. Bodies everywhere, and it looks like we've got possession going to North Hastings. Valerie Miracle swinging her arms around, making it really difficult on the offense. Inbounds it. Ball deflects off, and that draws a cheer from the home crowd who appreciate the intensity that's being shown here on the defensive side of the ball. Number 12 for North Hastings gets locked up in the corner and throws it away to Miracle. Miracle backs out swiftly with a nice behind-the-back dribble. Over to Molly Cook-Martin for a three, but just misses.
Great shot by Molly Cook-Martin. Almost ended up in a great offensive rebound opportunity for the Ravens. Unfortunately, not the result they're looking for, but still a great look for Molly Cook-Martin behind the arc.
Full court pressure, but they deliver the ball to number 15, who pops and drops for the shot and misses. Follows up on the glass, but it's pulled down by the Ravens, and the Ravens have the ball. And it just goes out of bounds, deflected off of North Hastings.
I have to apologize to Mr. Q. I just cut him off on his last comment there when I chimed in on the color here today. But we are still in preseason mode here on Ravens TV, as this is my first time in the broadcast booth today, and our timing's a little off. But still, I believe the chemistry is building.
I think so. I think it's just it's natural. It's there. It goes from teacher to teacher. We had Mr. Miles in the morning. We have Mr. Lynch in the late afternoon, and the early morning, I should say. Miracle brings the ball back up court, trying to stretch this lead past 18. Flings it over top, back to Molly Cook-Martin, who just misses. North Hastings collects the ball here. What does North Hastings have to do to get back in this game?
I think right now they actually need to utilize the foul trouble that Eastside's actually getting themselves into. Unfortunately, when Bancroft's going to the line here, and they're about to go to the line again, I believe, they're not making their shots. And it's just simple things like that. And if you look at the stats, and I'm not a math guy by any means, but if you make your shots when you go to the line, you have a chance to stay in games. And right now, the reason why the spread is where it is they're not making their shots. And there's another example, unfortunately, for number 15, who's had a great stellar game, but definitely needs to put some shots up from behind the line.
Yep, and I notice as well, you want to keep the same cadence with your routine. You want to do the same things each time with these so you can create that repetitive stroke, right? That repetitive arc on the ball.
Shout out to 15, though. Am I making her second attempt there at the line, so good on her.
Miracle surveys the court. Jukes and jives up top. Great ball handling skills as she delivers it down low. Unfortunately, Markland was unable to do anything with the ball, and North Hastings turns it back. Great defense, though, by Eastside as they poke the ball loose. It'll be North Hastings inbounding the ball.
See what Huskies have set up here for an inbound play.
Pops out to the corner. Looks like another Eastside foul on the floor, as you were talking about. These fouls will start to mount up here.
They are, and we're going to end up having people check out of the game as we have 34.9 seconds left here in the third quarter. Eastside's going to definitely run into foul trouble. As I know, I'm looking at the bench right now. I can see two young ladies in particular that they're almost close to fouling out here in this game this morning.
Bonus territory incoming. North Hastings hurls up a basket. It goes loose, but they collect their own rebound out to number 12. She pops, and it just clangs off the front end of the rim, out of bounds to the Eastside ball. What are you noticing about Eastside's approach to the second half?
Interesting. I thought they started out quite strong, and I will say they're unfortunately, in a certain way, playing into some of the tendencies of their opponent, and I wouldn't say playing down to them, but falling into some bad habits that I do think, I'm going to say this again, coaches are going to have to clean this up here in their next practice.
Turnover, 25 comes down, wide open layup and misses, but number 2 follows up smartly with the offensive rebound, and the Ravens look a little out of sorts here as time is dwindling down and frustration mounts. 15-point lead now going into the fourth quarter.
Grade 12 student, number 24, Riley Williams, as Mr. Q was just explaining here on our broadcast, as frustration mounts, was very disappointed with her teammates around the lack of communication that led to that unfortunate turnover.
You have to communicate out there, especially when the shot clock is winding down. But despite that lack of communication and despite some life from North Hastings, they are still stuck 15 as we head into the fourth quarter of play.
On a Ravens TV note, Mr. Q, what would be the next challenge and next thing that Ravens TV is looking on taking on here?
Well, I believe we're looking at trying to do a multi-sport approach. So we want to do as many of the indoor sports that are happening this semester as possible. So if that means badminton, we will do badminton. If that means volleyball matches, we will do volleyball matches. Really, for us, it's like the process of an athlete. We have to learn from the broadcasts that we're outputting, and we have to make changes, and we get back better each time that we do this. But I'd just like to take this time to thank everybody that's involved with Raven TV: Michael Kowal, Jason Wainwright, Sam A. Sadiq, Matthew Marriott, our 2 camera operators, Graydon Howard and Timothy. Amazing, outstanding students who have joined us here today to help us broadcast this game, and we look forward to bringing you more content in the future.
Definitely want to second that. As an individual that's taught a lot of these people that Mr. Q just mentioned, these individuals are talented across so many different areas within our building, but have a very special gift when it comes to Raven TV and their talents, with broadcasting and media. And I'm very proud to say that I've taught every single one of those individuals that you just listed.
It was really cool last night to see all of the celebrations from the Jays athletes and the media that covers it, from Hazel May to all the people on the Sportsnet panel, all the camera operators, and all of the photojournalism people that were on the sidelines, with a beautiful 3-pointer from Miracle icing down this game. But I think that's the type of thing that you want to show students, is that you could be part of the mix. And it is a really, really difficult career, but it is a rewarding career. They would have been out in New York late last night covering all of the activities. And another 3-pointer all the way from
Sudbury, Ontario. The big nickel. I think I found a nickel fall on the floor there.
Nickels are raining down here in the Nest as it's 46-25 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
The M&M connection strikes again. And as Brooklyn Miracle explained to me, she is hitting some threes today. The
interesting part of these first 2 games is both times there was a break in play that led to the Eastside Ravens recollecting themselves, resetting, and then coming out and establishing their game.
I think that might be key, where coaches are making some corrections. I can see our coaching staff over with the whiteboards there drawing up some different things on the floor, and it's definitely translating into their play here on the hard court.
Here we have Miracle driving the ball, kicks to Molly Cook-Martin. She grabs a rebound. Is there anything that Miracle can't do out here today?
It's like a water bug. She's all over the floor, Mr. Q.
All over the court today.
Well, that's exciting for Ravens TV here and the upcoming semester. I know our men's volleyball programs here, the junior boys, might have a good finish their season. That might get some airtime, but definitely our men's basketball programs are anticipating a very, very strong showing this year. I'm looking forward to seeing those young men compete on the basketball court as these young women are today. Last time in 2021, which was a COVID year, we were actually back-to-back Bay of Quinte champs, winning at junior level and at senior level, knocking off Nicholson. So if the boys put in the work and trust the process, we could maybe see a banner of that similar nature going up on our wall this year.
I saw Nate Mack before the game today shooting threes, and he looks to be in great form. So definitely stay tuned to future Your TV broadcasts as we try to bring some Eastside Raven boys basketball action to your screens.
Grade 11, Nate Mack, sharpshooter on the court and doing an excellent job at the scoring table right now.
Getting into game shape by checking out all of the plays that we see from the girls team here, seeing what he might be able to add to his game. Looking forward to that season upcoming. As they dish down low to Molly Cook-Martin, who again just continues to be the story alongside Miracle in this game.
Nate Mack currently sitting at the scoring table. Grade 12 student Kim McDonald. We're going to miss Kim McDonald. She's been scoring games for Ravens Athletics for the last 4 years. Fun fact about Kim McDonald, involved Raven in regards to Ravens Improv, who the last 2 years we were national champions, if I do stand corrected, 2 years ago in our Raven Improv Club, and we believe we qualified again for nationals last year, narrowly missing a top place finish again. Those students are very impressive, led by Miss Colburn and Mr. West, so big shout out to the Improv crew.
Shout out indeed to the Improv crew. I've had a few of their students, and they are excellent ambassadors of what it takes to be a successful academic student here at Eastside Secondary School. As Camilla Parsons just waves to the broadcast booth, mentioned to me when I said that we were broadcasting the game, "Oh no, don't broadcast us, we are not going to win." I think that she may have spoken too soon.
Well, speaking as a true Irishman here, as I am from Galway, We might have brought some luck of the Irish here in the broadcast booth today.
I think we did, as your Ravens continue to lead by 50 to 27, a 23-point lead here in the fourth quarter with only 4:50 left on the clock.
A little bit of physical play here on the court with Hill falling to the ground, but came up with possession, and I do believe it's Ravens ball still as Huskies retreat on defense.
So what do you preach to athletes after they're finished a game like this, doubleheader, early morning, maybe didn't have a chance to get all that potassium and the nutrition in that they wanted? What are you telling them post-game to recover?
If you want to expect results the next time you hit the court, is you do need to treat your body right, and the first key thing is hydration. So as I'm looking out on the court right now, I'm definitely seeing a lot of perspiration from these young women. So if they're not putting at least 3 to 4 liters of water back into their body, they're going to wake up tomorrow sore. Tomorrow is a PA day, professional activity day at the Hastings Preserve District School Board. So as we're doing some professional learning, these student athletes might be training, they might be getting some homework done, but they're going to be lethargic unless they're hydrated. From a nutrition aspect, unfortunately, I'm advising athletes, I need to stay away from the fast food that we're currently selling in the Ravens Nest. Oh my God, another shot by Miracle. Great work by number 1. I would love to see what the stat line is on her scorecard today, because she just put up a ton of baskets and a ton of points. But just getting the athletes to make sure they're getting some proteins in their body and putting some fuel in there that they can break down and use as a good healthy energy for themselves.
That's great advice, and I think ultimately it just comes down to being prepared, right? Prepared to succeed on the court and off the court. They all go in tandem together as your Ravens continue to find easy baskets down below. Marissa Hill lays in a shot, and it's 54 to 27 with 3:37 left in the fourth quarter. A turnover here by North Hastings as Molly Cook brings the ball back up the court. Now it's just a matter of just taking down the clock as Molly Cook goes underneath the basket and is charged for the charging foul.
One thing I'll also mention, in proper recovery, if our student athletes are not getting at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, they are at risk for not repairing their muscles after physical exertion like this, and probably overuse injuries like we kind of seen out of Hill earlier in the game when her calf kind of cramped up. So I really, really hope these student athletes are treating their body right after today's events.
Catching that R&R on the off day, that's for sure. It's all about recovery and then building back up to start the next game strong.
I'll personally say for myself, with the avid sports watching, with the current Blue Jays postseason playoff run, NHL starting up last evening. Unfortunately, my Montreal Canadiens were not successful against the Toronto Maple Leafs, but that's a whole other story. I am not getting my 8 hours a night. I don't know about you, Mr. Q.
6.5 is all we get this time of the year, but it's so worth it if you're a sports fan.
Fueled by caffeine and bananas here in the booth today, I am.
We should have a gift basket for anybody that guest appears. We'll start to work on that. We'll ask Mr. Garden if he has it in the budget.
I hope so. Judging by JBL speaker, I think we can work that in.
JBL speakers, Booster Juice, A&W.
Those are our requests. I hope the powers to be listen. Oh.
As the ball gets launched into the crowd who is on their cell phones, another reason to make sure that you're off of your cellular devices and not distracted at a live broadcast event.
I think there was a disclaimer when students bought into today's events that they need to be aware of objects leaving the playing surface and coming towards them. So hopefully everybody read that fine print on their ticket.
It reminds me of that lady that visited the NBA game and wasn't paying attention in the fourth row, and there's a super slow motion of her face being caved in by a basketball. We do not want faces to be caved in here in the Ravens Nest.
We do not.
And as this game starts to get into the final minutes, your Ravens lead 54 to 31. Ball being carried across by Marissa Hill. Marissa Hill goes out of control at the sidelines, and at this point, it's just kind of going through the motions, it seems like, Mr. Lynch.
Yeah, and I would agree with the statement that you made earlier in the junior game, Mr. Q. I really hope to see some respect coming out of the purple side here from the Eastside Ravens, and maybe dribbling out the shot clock, not necessarily running up the score any more than has already been done the last minute and 49 seconds here in the fourth quarter.
You got to love, though, that North Hastings still is playing here. You could see their benches cheering everything on. Positivity, that's what it comes down to here in these games where the margin of victory is going to be as large as what it is. You still like the fact that they have that passion and that drive to continue this game.
Couldn't agree more. Like I said, I'm very proud to say that I got my first teaching contract there, and the school spirit and the community there is very supportive, and it's great to see these girls fighting till the final horn here in the fourth quarter.
Love the camaraderie on both sides of the ball today. It's been a very physical game, 1 and 2. with your Ravens coming up on top in the first game here, as this one is almost put to rest. 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the game as North Hastings turns the ball over, but they collect it again and lay it in.
Number 15 just absolutely has been everywhere on the court. It seems like a multifaceted athlete in regards to can play a big and strong and tall game, but also can play fast and get inside really easily as well too.
And speaking of getting inside, Marissa Hill lays it in with contact, drawing a huge roar from the crowd, who have finally decided to start watching the game.
It's a deafening scream here from the Eastside baseline here in the Ken Smith Gymnasium. Officials communicating something to the athletes here. We have a Husky ball.
I'm guessing it's some kind of a free throw violation for how they were lined up.
I wish I could better explain to our viewers, but my basketball knowledge is not up to par here, Mr. Q.
You think you know, and then you get in the booth. Beautiful basket there by North Hastings again as they continue to just try to mount a little bit of a comeback to try to narrow this deficit as your Ravens are dribbling out the clock.
Off the foot of Marissa Hill, number 3 on Eastside.
Marissa Hill's come in nicely here for Miracle, just to run this offense. You know, there hasn't been any drop-off there from Miracle to Hill, which is nice to see if you've got your backup point guard coming in and stabilizing as well.
I do stand corrected. It must have been off a Husky hand, actually, as Eastside actually had possession. That was my apology.
No problem at all. No problem at all. As number 15 dribbles it back up the court, swings it over top. It collides off of a foot, but goes right to North Hastings and in. North Hastings scoring on their last 4 possessions here, narrowing this deficit down to 56-39 with 43 seconds left in your second game of a back-to-back doubleheader here at Eastside Secondary School in the Nest. You gotta love the intensity out here.
It is absolutely bringing the roof up here on the Eastside Gymnasium.
Underneath the basket, all alone. North Hastings can't deposit the free bucket, but they do on the side wing, drawing huge cheers from the bench. You love to hear it. Eastside brings the ball back up court. Molly Cook-Martin surveys. Dribbles to the right.
Love to see the composure.
Amazing composure, and she got her shot off there, but just could not cash. She's had a few open looks there from long distance, but I would say if we talked to her, she would say she would like to hit more of those shots often.
Little things to clean up here after today's inevitable victory here in the next 9 seconds.
As the clock winds down here, 5, 4, 3, and you can get out the salami and cheese, Mr. Lynch, because your Ravens have won back-to-back games here in the Nest. A dominant 56-41 victory.
It's been a long drive down for the North Hastings Huskies. We appreciate them going to battle against your Eastside Ravens here on our first ever annual homecoming celebration, which I think is an amazing tradition that will be ready for years to come.
Well, on behalf of myself and all of the Raven TV crew, we want to thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. Thanks to our special guest commentators, Mr. Lynch and Mr. Miles. And to all of you watching on your TV, thanks for tuning in. We look forward to bringing more content to you this semester. Go Ravens, go!